He just doesn't care.
No, he doesn't. He's trying to get.
He doesn't care.
I'm a professional.
No, you're not. You're really not.
Going.
You're not really a professional, John. If you're a professional, the show would begin at 6 o'clock, like it's scheduled.
There's super chats to be had.
Yes, there are lights to be changed.
There's Twitches to be pushed.
Yes, there's Grand Theft Auto to be played.
You ready, Dane?
Yes, sir.
I can play the.
And we're off to the races.
Yep, it's going to be a great show. I can feel it already.
That the bar is set so high already.
Yep, we've already nailed it. We're off to the races. Yep, it's going to be a great show.
Jesus Christ!
Now we got an echo.
Yeah, I shut it. It's coming out of my ass. One minute down.
Anybody listening?
This is our new producer, David Crosby, by the way. He's renaming the show 2.5 Meh.
False flag.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Hi, Johnny, it's false flag. The show sucks already. I don't even have to call to tell you this. Johnny, it's false.
I'm sending you $50 American, which is about $1,000 Australian, so you could actually get something else on the screen besides the opening graphic.
Johnny, it's false flag. I'm surrounded by Vladimir Putin's troops. Don't send pizza. Send pizza to Guadalupe in Arizona.
Oh my gosh.
Nerd Halen, you and I will talk about that. We do something other than the fucking graphic on the show. We're 2.5 minutes into it. Play the theme.
We are just visiting Ukraine, is all.
Yes, he's all. No problem, comrade. He's
little visit.
Little problem.
It's fake news.
I'm bummed that my friend Dmitry Nikolaevich Dyachenko killed himself because he was Ukrainian. It would have been a fun show. We could have had him on. He could tell us about how it sucks over there. Ooh, new graphic. Wouldn't it be great if Johnny was a homosexual?
You wish.
Well, yeah. Hey, any port in a storm, son.
Listen, I'm really, really horny, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't knock it unless you've tried it. It's only gay if you make eye contact.
There you go. And there's nothing wrong with that, Johnny.
Nope. So I'm screwing this guy from behind, and he says to me,
go.
"Hey, how about a reach around?" I go, "What are you, gay?"
All right, you ready?
Yes, 3.5 minutes.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, David Crosby was hoping to invest his money in another podcast to compete to argue with Spotify. So he's elected us. He's putting his money into Johnny Beane channel. All the shows are going to be renamed.
Thank you.
Our new executive producer, David Crosby. Just out of spite.
Hey now. Hey everybody. Talking Guitars, 80's Metal Live, 8:13 p.m. Eastern, 5:13 Pacific. Happy 2/2/22, everybody.
Happy twiddle your taint. Happy Twiddle Your Taint Tuesday, as Paul is doing beneath the screen line.
No, I'm texting.
Oh, you have some in your hands. All right.
I'm texting Mark. We have a potential to talk to Al Roker on the show, and I'm like, I'm not sure I give a shit about Al Roker. I mean, he's a fucking he's a weatherman. I don't what the fuck does he have to offer?
Well,
like
you can
on
ask him
Family
how
Guy.
much money is it? How much money is it actually possible to make just being a weather guy?
It's like on Family Guy.
For
It's
NBC.
raining!
Yeah.
If you're Al Roker,
If you're Al Roker, it's probably 7 figures.
I
Yeah,
know,
it's
right?
definitely 7 figures if you're out.
Yeah. You know.
Shit, Dane, I would love that gig, please.
Yeah, no, there's good money in television. Radio is like is the second rung on the show business ladder, right above rodeo clown. It's radio clown, and that's only because we're too fat to fit in the barrel.
Are we going to talk about super hot weather girls right now?
We did that last week, but
Yeah,
I don't
that's-
mind
yeah.
revisiting it.
Yeah. Well,
No,
she
that was
wasn't.
Croatia.
Just so you
That
know,
wasn't
she's not a weather girl. She's a traffic reporter.
I'll stand in
Like-
traffic in the middle of the highway if it gets her to point at me.
Like it fucking matters.
And the cars are moving here, Jake. The cars are moving around
Yeah.
me.
I love this. This is your traffic report anywhere in America. It's 5:30 during rush hour in a major American city. There's traffic. Back to you, Bob.
There's also a smattering of accidents on the road there, Bob.
Right, exactly. By the way, they're all accidents. There's no such thing as an on purpose. Nobody gets up in the morning and goes, you know what I'd like to do? I'm just going to fire up the car, the Fusion, take it out on the road and just ram broadside into somebody's minivan. That's my
I
plan
just
for
put on
today.
those new Ram bars on the front of the truck, so thinking it might be a good idea.
They're all accidents. I also love serious accidents. There's a serious accident at the intersection of 101 and so and so. They're all serious because if it's an accident, it's pretty fucking serious. I'd like a humorous accident. Guys, you should have seen this shit. A carload of clowns T-boned a carload of mimes. It was
Bubbles
fucking awesome.
everywhere.
Oh, the horns are still going off.
Did you ever have to do a weather report where you're like in the studio, but you just have like the fake helicopter noise going on in the background?
No, you do the back then there's these things called carts, and carts look like 8-track.
yeah.
Right.
So there's a recording, and I've got CDs of these sound effects put out by Warner Brothers that are literally brand specific. Like if you want a Honda Civic engine sound, I can get you that, or a Harley Davidson engine sound, like specific cars or guns or whatever it is. And this one it'll say like, you know, Chinook helicopter sound effect for 1.5 minutes. So you put that on a cart on a loop, and you put that underneath the deck, like right here where you can't see it, and you press a button, just bring the volume up. You go, okay, let's go to Jim in the traffic copter. And it's somebody in the other room reading right off of a computer. Well, got to tell you, the traffic backup is a little bit slow like that. And you just hear in the background. like nobody actually has a traffic helicopter. Think about it. You know how much fucking helicopter fuel costs? It's a radio station.
Now,
You know
there
what's
was a
really
weather
funny?
guy, there was a weather guy in Phoenix 10 years ago or so that actually
It
wrecked
crashed.
it.
Yeah.
They had some crashes.
That's why they don't have helicopters
That's
anymore.
why it's safer to play recordings. The problem is when you're on a budget radio station, they're like, just give me whatever copter cassette you got. Come on, we're on the air. And then you hear like a 60s helicopter sound like from Vietnam. And all of a sudden, like the Rolling Stones, Give Me Shelter starts playing over the background. It's like, children, that's just a shadow. Huh?
The CCR song. Yeah.
Man.
Or any Vietnam movie sound.
Yes. If
And
there's
you just hear in the background, get to the chopper, do it.
I was just gonna say it'd be great.
Come
right now.
on.
We go now to our traffic report, and it's the sound of I ain't got time to bleed. I'm up here looking at all the traffic down there. There's a
It's a
Oh my
huge
God.
accident.
I can't believe there's a giraffe jackknifed on the 101 right now. Quick, get the camera, get it on there. There are state police coming to the scene right now. Oh my God, the blood, the humanity.
A truckload of ball bearings has run into a truck on floor wax. Oh, it's a mess down here.
There are dozens of cartons of milk spilled all over California.
Stop crying.
And now Arnold
The
Schwarzenegger.
soundtrack to Blue Thunder comes on. Da-na-na-na. Or Airwolf or whatever.
And now we go. And now we go live.
To Airwolf.
We go live to the Channel 12 Weather Center. A cold front is coming up from the South East right now. It's going to drop lots of precipitation on the suburbs. I expect there to be a wind chill factor of about 9. 9.
And
I'm
here,
sorry, buddy.
here
Are we
in our
exciting you a little too
newscopter-
much?
Here in Newscopter, he'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there.
Here's up.
G.I. Joe, real American hero.
You do realize why he came running up, because he heard the German accent.
It's because you're talking like Arnold. Yeah.
Austin,
He's like, what the hell's wrong with him? He's talking like Arnold.
Jews?
There's, he's like, oh, he's talking like the people of my land. Come on, come right here.
Finally, I get to go home.
Holy shit.
Welcome to Talking Guitars and 80s Metal Live.
And traffic.
And traffic and
And the traffic report.
and weather
and
on
the
the
weather.
trees. we are
the
we are
weather.
we are holding the powerful accountable.
Ladies
There's
and gentlemen,
There's going to be high humidity in the motherland.
Neander Schwarzenegger.
Good morning.
Zane, how are you?
How are you? Who is
Dane
your
Zimmerman
who is
of
your
Sims
guitar dealer and what
Guitars.
does he sell?
Johnny Beane. I am John Mancuda. Welcome.
Hey now.
By the way, Keith Kemp,
let's
no
say
Kona
hi to-
shame because he's not licking his ass that much. But thanks for asking.
But I should be wearing the cone of shame because I've been licking my ass
Yeah, well,
lately.
Any
Must
port
be
in a
all the
storm.
caramel apples I'm dipping in there. Let's say hi to our executive producers, the big bosses. Of course, David Crosby being the newest one, not publicly known on the list. He is the executive producer, apparently. So if you want to blame someone today, he is the man. But otherwise, let's say hi to executive producers Dave Ennis, Vinyl Freak 5150, Mike Neese, Music Therapy Laz, Majestic PB and J Cat, Wayno, False Flag. False Flag, I believe, is right now in Ukraine. Sherman Callahan, Andy Carson, Michael B, R. Habs, Warlag, The Chad, Lawrence Christensen, James Gum, John Moronic, Paul Morton Woods, Stephen Franklin, Michael the Captain Smith, Thomas Santiago, Joe Christian, Jimmy Ray Hawkins, David Allen Wright, and let's give a special shout out and well wishes to Linny Lou and Mary. Linny Lou is suffering from the virus for a few, I guess about 2 months now, and she's not in great shape. So we are extending much love, prayers, positive energy, and well wishes. Everybody, please, let's see Linny Lou get better, because it sucks. It sucks when you really get it hard. You get it hard. And I've given it to Linny Lou hard, but not like this. Not like this. So we wish Linny Lou and Mary well, and Linny Lou, please heal up and crawl out of this pandemic nightmare. And of course, Steve Carmichael.
Steve Carmichael.
Those are the top tier channel members, the executive producers. Johnny, what do they want to do if they want to become a channel member?
All you gotta do is click that join button right below the dislike button, which you don't want to click.
You do not want it. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, right next to this gravity knife you don't want to put on your tongue, and this bottle rocket you do not want near your anus.
Oh my gosh.
This road flare right above your scrotum that you don't want to light on fire.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's going to be quite a show today. Quite a show
Yep.
indeed.
I think so. Yeah.
You
It's
guys
all
are off to a
downhill
great
from here,
start.
kids. Yeah, a great fart indeed. Meh. Click on the Crosby meh button.
Meh.
Meh.
Come on, meh.
Meh.
Meh. David Crosby can suck my cock.
I really want to see. I really want to see.
Who's the
Cobra
short
Kai.
guy with Crosby there?
That's the half men. It's 2.5 men. That's the half.
That is the manservant tour.
That is his manservant tour from Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yeah, they're both searching for Arnie Saknussemm. Arnie, another Arnie. You know what, Black Salami? You suck.
Let's see. Yeah, so welcome to Talking Guitars and 80s Metal Live. Yeah, David Crosby was in the news actually this week, bitching about that Spotify makes dollars and pays him pennies. David, fuck you, no sympathy, fuck you. We don't care.
Hi, Ellie.
Yeah. Meh, Ellie. Children. Hannon.
Jay Hannon.
Gizmachi, meh.
Johnny, it's false flag. I'm going to use, I know that you're trying to use Lenny as an opportunity to fundraise for your own channel. So I thought maybe I would just give you $10 from a bunker in Kiev right now in Lenny Lou's name. It really, if you're any kind of a human being, you take that money and send it to her for medication, but you're not going to, you're just going to pocket it yourself because you're a cocksucker. And I mean,
Wow, man.
your life's
Fuck
gold.
you, Paul.
False
you.
flag. Jesus, false flag.
Jeez,
That was
man.
good.
That wasn't Paul. That was false flag.
No,
False
dude.
flag.
Dude, fuck you, dude.
What the fuck?
Man. Language, man.
We're 16 minutes in.
Come on.
Put him back on. Okay, there you go.
Come on.
Wait, I didn't. Why? Because I dropped one cocksucker?
16 minutes in.
It's like the Facebook thing. You've got
Listen,
just
if
got
I
banned
had
from
if
the
I had
John Beane-
$10 for every cocksucker I've dropped, I'd have $5 more than I charged every cocksucker on the other side of the glory hole at the truck stop.
I mean, you guys
charged
remember
more.
we're live on Facebook as well.
Yes.
You can't
unfortunately.
use that language.
Really? Facebook? Will they get you? They'll get you for that?
Yes.
Why you?
The-
You didn't do
The
anything.
whole
I said
show
it.
is that language.
All right, fine. This show is about. It's all officially rated G.
Well, this
Corks.
is going to be our G-rated
Like
G-rated
being at work.
episode.
Johnny,
Just like
I'm
being
going
at
to give
work,
it,
Paul.
but you're
Rated
not going.
G.
But you're not going to give it to Lenny Lou because you're a cork sniffer. See, it doesn't really work the same.
I mean, that's a little better, but Paul, come on.
No, he works at the winery. He's a cork soaker. He's a cork soaker. Soaks the corks.
And then sniffs him.
He's
Cork
a
sniffer.
cork
Dane.
sniffer.
Hi, guys.
Cork sniffer.
How are you?
I'm
Dane
doing good
G-rated
today.
Zimmerman.
It's been, I've had a couple of really great days at the shop, selling lots of good stuff. I got a text message from McKnight. He's got a whole slew of stuff he's going to sell me.
Slew.
Yeah,
Hold on, let
slew
me
of
check.
stuff.
Let me check the thesaurus and make sure that that's an appropriate word to use tonight. Slew.
A slew.
Not to be
It
confused
means
with
a
a
cumload
schlemiel
of
or
stuff.
schlemazel.
Yeah, it could have been spew,
Oh,
but no.
Spew your goo. No. That's not G-rated, not Disney worthy. No.
So good times down here at the guitar shop recently.
Nice.
Well, tell us about them, Dame. Tell us about these.
Yeah,
good
I don't
times.
really know what to say except a regular flow.
I'm
of
waiting for.
customers.
Was JJ Walker walking in there?
No,
Was
unfortunately,
J.J.
I didn't
Walker
see
walking in the
JJ,
shop?
but I see him on. I have a TV back in the back.
Anytime you need a payment, good times. We still don't ship. Good times. Anytime you need a guitar. Not getting hustled, not getting hustled. Keeping Dean's head above water. Making a wave when you can. Guitar payments. Dean Zimmerman. Easy Marshall ripoffs. Dean Zimmerman.
Oh my goodness.
Easy Marshall ripoff.
Lucky we got her.
I have no Marshall amps right now. It's bad.
They were ripped off, like I said.
Yeah.
What about
Well, I
the
got a
guitar that
plexi
you
back
have?
there. I have a plexi back there. So
CC.
CC
Thank you,
DeVille
CC.
chipping in $50. That's going to
wow.
Lenny Lou also? Is that going to Lenny Lou?
CC.
See, that's because your song. You sing a good song like that, John, and the
Hit
tips
it,
will start
CC.
coming in.
Don't look at me. I'm not getting that. Hit it, CC.
And I had a great gig Friday night too.
Where was
Cool.
this?
So that was fun. We opened up for Eric Martin at the Whiskey A Go Go out in LA on the
Oh,
Sunset
you were at the
Strip.
Whiskey.
Yeah, we played at the Whiskey. It was tons of fun.
Oh,
Man,
me and
so-
my-
great.
So
Yeah.
every time you play there, do they ask you to play? Do they ask you to come back? 'Cause it seems like you played there a
They
lot.
kind of do. I mean, you still have to do the whole routine where you buy tickets and we lose money every time. But because we've been out there enough times now, we got on that 50th anniversary Rainbow Room show with Steel Panther. So I'm April 24th. Steel Panther,
Nice.
Stephen Piercy, Pretty Boy Floyd, Crazy Town, Orgy, a couple other bands, and then we kick off the show at like noon.
Nice. That's like a kick in the crotch.
Is anybody
it's
there
awesome.
at noon though?
I think there is.
It's Dane and the
So-
bus boys. Hey Zimmerman, can you
Yeah.
help me fold this table up?
Yeah.
They're setting up the tablecloths. Put out these salt shakers, Dane. What? We're at sound check. I know, but you're not going on for 9 hours, huh?
No, I think there should be a
that's
lot
still
of
cool,
people
man.
there. It's always
That's
a free
still
show
cool.
at the Rainbow. It's going to be packed.
Wow.
Like like my fudge in prison. It's going to be packed. Absolutely.
Language, Sean.
What are you talking? I'm talking
Don't
the
say
package of fudge with a file that
Sure,
someone sent
right,
me.
yes, uh-huh.
What are you talking?
Man.
We are a G-rated program tonight.
As far as I understand, yes, G-rated.
Fred
Because we're-
G. Stanford. The
Because
G
we're- yeah.
is for ganja.
Now we probably could, Johnny, set up something where tonight all the super chats, if you specifically say send this to Lenny, you could probably put something together where super chats go straight to Lenny. I imagine you could probably set something up like that, right?
Ixnay
could.
on the innie honey may, ending say.
Ani J's Ani May.
Ravy gay rain tay.
Ink pay ipslay Ainsley. What's that? Dane, we are losing your feed. The copter's going down. The copter's going down.
No,
we
if-
lost
if-
Dane
if-
Zimmerman.
If we specifically say, hey, we want this, we want this next super chat, put it down in
Top
the
say,
comments. Send this one to Lenny Lou.
adjusting say, Tay, Ani J, If gay, Ani May, Ute, Ni one A, Han Tay, Ani J. Oh boy.
Wow.
Paul's in rare form today.
That was the
Dane,
most.
do you know,
that was
Dane,
the
do you know
most
what
pivotal
do you
thing
know
I've
what
ever
this
used.
is? Do you know what this is? This is the tightrope that Dane is perilously walking on with Johnny tonight. Dane's got a little umbrella. He's like Wile E. Coyote with a little umbrella.
You learn very early on not to fuck with the revenue stream.
Dane, is that the guitar you're donating to the raffle for Lindy Lou tonight?
What?
What?
Should I?
Oh, God.
I'm sure that had a great finish on it till you hit it off the side of the desk.
Whose autograph is that?
It's Rolex is what it is.
Whose autograph, Dane?
That would be Eddie Van Halen.
That's actually Eddie's?
Well, no, it's a sticker
No.
that's stuck on
Yes,
there.
it's a decal.
Oh, it's a
That was
decal.
painted
I didn't
in,
know
yeah.
I didn't know they made autograph decals.
Oh, sure they do.
I didn't know that. That's a pretty guitar though. That would make a great raffle tonight. We could give the proceeds to Lenny Lou. Nice.
It's a
Who makes that
pre-relic.
guitar, Dane?
It was
I
just
just put
relic.
It's a Squire. It's a Squire parts caster. I just put this thing together. My mic's freaking out here. I just put this thing together about
Your mic's not even working. You're
an hour ago.
Yeah.
My buddy Rob that paints guitars for me painted this thing, and he's every guitar that comes in that he's painted, they all get better.
By the way, it used to say 69, but when the show got G-rated, they changed it to 79.
Yeah.
You know, for the kids.
You know, hi, Allie. It's safe to come in the room today.
I just put a cheap pickup in it that went straight to the volume. Although it had a big swimming pool cut out, so I couldn't make like a traditional kind of, Frankenstrat where you cut the pick guard off right here and just have it all open.
I'll be right back. Let me just itch Shay.
The censors are watching closely, Paulie. Don't show any photos. Nice.
Yeah, it turned out fun. So it's going to be one of those guitars that you don't sell it. You just
give it away for Lindy Lou. I understand.
It lives behind the counter, and I sit here and I practice my A minor pentatonic scale, usually is what I always practice.
Pentatonic, we don't say that. Oh, wait. Yeah, we could say that. Okay. We could still say that. I'm just watching the new censors. Since David Crosby took the show over, it's, it's a whole different world now. Whole different world of language. Watch your language. Let's say hi to the chat, by the way, just so we could say hi to everyone that's looking to buy a raffle for that guitar tonight, with proceeds going to Lindy Lou. Joe Hervey 84, CC, thank you, man. Chris Hansen TV, Andy Carson. Hashtag raffle. That's a good idea, right? Well, it's all on Dane. We'll see if he steps up or not. James G, Vistalite 1972, Kurt 5150, Hip Metal Works, Michael B, Bozique, Can't Try 55, Charlie S, my Jewish homie Joe Hervey, Bozique, Keith Campbell, Dan in New Jersey, Nightbot in the house, Stephen Franklin, my girl Sandra Picorni, Picorni, me, something, long time. Because again, we're censored.
Love her? You can't say love her?
Well, we could say love, but not making love. It's love. Okay. Yes, so we love her long time. Let's see. My buddy Craig, Mike, Billy, my girl Erica and her lovely wife Sophie, Zach Thong, Papa Blue, Danny's Rockin' Metal, Mickey Newman, Jimmy Ray Hawkins, Symmetry, rocking on, my man Symmetry.
Dude.
Symmetry.
Every time we hear Symmetry, we flash back to New Year's Eve and we're like, dude!
No, Symmetry and I, we hang out every night over on
And what
Twitch.
do you do, Johnny?
We play GTA.
On where?
On Twitch.
I know there's a graphic there.
Every night. Every night, Symmetry and I hang out.
I'm opening the door for you, Johnny.
And he's awesome. He's
He
an
is
awesome
awesome.
dude. He's nothing like what you guys saw on New Year's or whatever that was.
We liked him on New Year's.
He's
That's a
nothing
good
like
thing.
that.
That's a good thing. We liked him on New Year's. No, Symmetry rocks. Let's see who else we got in the house. Megatod 707, Renus Pinkle, Black Salami, False Flag, Hip Metal Works, Danny's Rockin' Metal, Christopher Live, Sawa, Browns fan, Mark Dillon, Sharon, Drew SGS 60.
You know, there's a participants list you can just click on and you can see all the names.
I can't see it. I can't see it. Because
If
you're
you're
on
watch-
Facebook.
If you're watching on YouTube. The YouTube
Yeah.
part, yeah, the YouTube, but the
But that's how I have my screen programmed on YouTube.
The Facebook part, it's a
Will
combination.
you, Johnny, read everyone out. Read everyone else that's in here. Read everyone else that's in here.
Everybody that I see All Dave All Night,
Jimmy
Andy
Carr.
Carson, Bo Zeke, CC, Can't Drive 55, Center Hill Cards, Charlie S, Chris Hansen TV, Christopher Live Soa, Dan of New Jersey, Danny's Rock and Metal, Drew's 60, Gear Boy, Hip Metalworks, James G, Jimmy Carr, JJ's
Carr?
House of Jams. Bye. JJ's House of Jams. I wrote to Focusrite and they wrote me back. So we're getting that all fixed. Joe Hervey 84, Johnny Beane, Keith Campbell, Kurt 5150, who will be my co-host tomorrow night on Twitch on the brand new show Talking Van Halen on Twitch, 8 p.m. Eastern. Kai
I didn't get a
Matthews,
chance to read that. It went by so quick.
Marky FX. Let's see.
Come on,
Michael
Johnny, get to
D,
Glenn Danzig.
Mike
Wednesday.
Rogers, Nightbot, Renus Pinkle, Rico B, Cemetery, who again,
Rico.
super awesome dude.
Suave.
We hang out every night. Stephen Franklin, Thomas Santiago, Vista Light 1972. And let's see, Facebook. Clayton James Hicks. Today is
Murphy.
Trans Tram Tuesday. That's right, man.
James.
There's my girl Amanda Coombs just popped in. The lovely Amanda
Oh,
Coombs.
no.
Amanda.
Oh no, that's the highlight of my day.
I
What
know.
are you talking
right?
about?
It's like you can't even.
Had a
I
little-
become
Glenn
speechless.
Danzig.
I'm lost for
Is
words.
that the real guy?
I'm sorry, what was that, Johnny? Glenn who?
Glenn Danzig.
Which one? There's a few of them I know.
That one? The one you just blocked?
Oh no, Amanda Combs.
I usually say, "Oh yes, Amanda Coombs." All right. A little extra beauty in the chat today. Yeah.
Zims is here. Come on.
Yeah. Well, no, hey, he's a cute dish. I'm looking up his skirt right now. Ooh, mangina.
Yeah, so Friday was a good time.
That's cool. So you're hitting at the whiskey, you're hitting at the rainbow,
That's
all the classic
Don't go
places.
there.
Dude, I mean, you're all these places that, we talk about on Tuesdays, all these classic places. You're actually
Living the dream.
there.
I know
you
it,
know,
man.
they're,
It's just
these
awesome.
days.
35 years too late, but living the dream.
Oh, I know, and that's a shame.
Octopus ears, the great Jay Hannon of the band Gizmachi
man.
in the house.
But you know
Good to
what?
see
The scene back in those days, 35, 40 years ago, if you had a gig, you would have to actually beat people up to get a gig at the Whiskey back in 1981.
Beat people
I don't know.
up.
I don't know. that you
Yeah,
have to
the
beat
guys
people
from
up.
other
That's a little.
bands.
Beat
It's
people
a
up.
little.
Okay, let's
That's
say-
whoa,
Like
wait,
the
what?
guard at
Okay,
the
let's
door.
say you're trying to
guard at
book
the
a
door?
show at the Whiskey, okay? And so and so's playing over there. Well, what you guys do so you can get that time slot is you go the day before the gig or something, you go beat up the lead singer so that he's unavailable to play the gig, and then you end up getting a better time slot. Especially if you know there's all these A&R people hanging around. It's 1981.
That sounds more like
you're at the Whiskey.
CBGBs or something.
Dane, I want you to cite one instance of where that actually took place. I'd like to know a story of a
I
band
don't
that beat the
know
shit
There
out of
was
the
that
lead singer.
interview with
I
Axl
wasn't
Rose
there.
where he
But if
said,
you
there I
ask
was
the
walking
guys-
to the stage and this guy tackled me and I was so discombobulated. We lost our
Right.
slot.
Right.
And,
It was, I was like, oh my God, you're the bass player for
Trust
Whiskey
me,
Dogs.
it happened. It happened. Trust me. But you would have to ask the guys from, one of them bands back in the day, Wasp or
which
somebody.
one? I've never heard that.
Guys who get beat up till they couldn't
They're
play.
hitting each
so
other
the
with
band could
pipes
get
like
their time
Tanya
slot.
Harding.
Yeah, I was gonna say, all of a sudden, what is this? Bloods and Crips are cruising in
Those
front of the
guys
whiskey?
back in
Tanya
the early
Harding
80s,
takes out
were-
Axl Rose's knee, and all right, come
Yeah.
on, guys, you're up next.
I'm
That's
sure a lot
what
of this
happened.
did
Those
happen to a
guys
lot
were
of the.
starving musicians.
This
and
stuff
the
probably.
best thing they could do is get a good time slot at the whiskey. Now, how hard it was to get a good time slot at the whiskey? It was super hard to do. And in a certain time period there, if you had a good band, you're almost guaranteed to at least get a manager or something to feed you hamburgers once a day or something, so you could continue on. And it was
The
very
good-
important.
The bands that we all
So you
heard
can
of are the
continue
ones that
on.
actually survived that, because I would think, Dane, that's probably true. I mean, for some of
I
those
know
bands,
it's true.
they probably did have members that passed away and got beat up and stuff, and those are the bands that
Kidnapped
never made
over
it.
time.
That's why you
Right.
never heard of them.
Right.
That probably
Cinderella
did
can't
happen.
go on. Tom Kiefer got kidnapped. What do we do? Put on Faster Pussycat. Guys,
There
you're
you
up next.
go.
What?
I know. Yeah, they're all of a sudden they're sitting. Sea hags are sitting in one of the booths at the whiskey. Quick, grab your guitars. There's a show emergency.
The John BL signal goes into the air.
I bet there's some of those old rocker dudes we could ask if,
John
if
BL, it's
something
the,
like that
the
happened.
commissioner of Hollywood. We have a problem. Tom Kiefer got kidnapped. This van just pulled up to the whiskey and yanked him in. Now we have an open time slot. What'll we do?
We go now live. We go now live.
Dogs.
We go now live outside the whiskey, where Axl Rose has been hit in the knee by a member of Rock's gang. Why?
Rock's gang.
We're above
Yeah.
the whiskey and the chopper, Paulie.
I'm up here. I'm looking at the town right now, and it appears that a member of Trickster, and and a member of Odin are involved in some heavy hand-to-hand combat right now. The member of Odin has pulled out a broadsword because Odin, of course.
Thor and Anvil are having a knife fight in the back parking lot to see who goes on tonight.
Yes.
Glenn Danzig is the guest. Glenn Danzig is the guest referee. Come on, let's get it on.
Be careful,
guarantee
guys.
that kind of
Pretty
shit
Boy
went
Floyd
down.
has a taser.
These guys were starving. That's all they had. Whatever they could figure out.
Makes
to do to
it
get a
makes
better
it sound
time
like they
slot.
were playing a show at Thunderdome.
They were starving.
Too
And
bad.
of course, hi,
It's a battle of the bands. 2 enter, 1 walks out.
hi. I'm Sally Struthers. For just pennies a day, you can make sure that sleazebees have a hot meal.
You know, the Sleazebees haven't had a record deal yet, and they're really struggling on the Sunset Strip. Your 30 cents a day could make sure that they actually have an amplifier. What's a band without an amplifier? A spurt of Aquanet costs 5 cents.
true,
Not
man.
every band could have that, and without teased hair, they're sleeping in the gutter.
We go now live to the News 12 chopper and our reporter, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It appears a group of Central American coyotes have abducted the drummer for TNT.
Dude, these
We
were
have
like
we have a
18-year-old
serious
kids.
emergency here.
These were 18-year-old, 20-year-old kids that were homeless putting these bands together. They had
All
no
of these
money.
bands were homeless. Every band was sleeping on everyone else's couch. Every slutty girl was buying groceries for some hair band in the 80s.
Oh boy.
It's true.
I don't know that it is, but I kind of hope it is now.
It's true, man. I guarantee, man. There
I
was
mean, you hear all
struggles
these
to get
scores.
those time
Was it
slots.
like Fight Club? Hey, the one thing we don't talk about is hair band Fight Club. All right.
There we were. We just finished our sound check at the whiskey. We had a 9:30 slot. I walked out back.
Loveface and XYZ are facing off.
Yeah.
They're fighting with dildos.
There we were. We had just finished our sound check. I was in back of the whiskey. Thought I'd have a smoke, and a van pulled up. Guy said he had some ice cream. Well, who can resist ice cream before a show?
Next thing
Think
I
I
know,
was
a
starving.
burlap sack was over my
Since I hadn't
back.
eaten in 3 days.
Burlap sack was over my head, and a flesh sack was over my mouth.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the next thing I know is the next day I found out that Warrant got our time slot and
Yeah.
got a 3-album record deal.
Got a record deal out of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
That's a
guys
story.
the Wad Squad? Are you the Wad Squad?
That's why London never got a real album deal. Like, yeah, we were so close to that 10 o'clock slot, but Nader had to go do Blow.
Yeah.
Just weren't good.
That's
We
hot.
weren't good enough. We weren't good enough. Good enough players? No, good enough fighters, man. We just couldn't win one of those parking lot brawls at the Rainbow.
Yeah, we ended up with an 8:15 time slot on next Tuesday.
That's
Or
$3,500 well spent.
At 12 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Out behind the rainbow at 12 o'clock.
I'll see you behind Guitar Center, man.
Just
Bring
a little check.
weapon.
Just a little check. Mancuda, have you played the Rainbow? John?
No, I have not.
Johnny,
not.
have you played the Rainbow?
Nope.
I've not played the Rainbow. And so whether it's at noon or not, Dane is playing the fucking Rainbow.
I just hope I don't get beat up before my time slot.
I was just going to say, yeah, there's going to be somebody that's looking for that time slot. Next thing you know, you're standing outside the
Dan,
Rainbow.
You better bring
and-
a blackjack and brass
just gonna say-
knuckles, man.
Pretty
and
Boy
Amir-
Floyd's going to steal my slot.
We go now live to the Channel 12
Yeah.
chopper.
Hello, it's Arnold. I'm up here above the rainbow on a Saturday afternoon. It's noon, and the whiskey dogs are preparing to taste the steak. Wait, look at this. It's an Uber. Who's coming out of the Uber? It's Amir Darak, and he's got nunchucks. Amir Darak is here. Darak, Dane Zimmerman's world.
We're running. Yeah, he's running. I would run.
And it's the band Nitro. It's the band Nitro, and they're with Sai, a katana, and a bow staff. Well, throwing stars. Everyone down.
Thankfully, Akira Takasaki was there to catch all of the weapons.
In his teeth. Wow, we're going to hell.
Can't drive 55.
I'm looking here. It looks like Chips Enough is where he's got a gun.
Yeah.
Axel's like, so you're playing today? Yeah. He shanked me. Welcome to the jungle, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
Now we
Motley,
got the 10:15 slot.
thankfully, Motley Crue's ambulance is coming around the corner right now.
Wait, that EMT looks familiar. It's David
Lee Roth?
That's also a nefarious plot to get you out of the way.
Drew SG60, beautiful.
What? Oh my God, Billy's got a gun.
It's a beautiful, obscure Def Leppard reference. Fucking outstanding.
Wow. I'm sorry. What's that,
I'm
John?
surprised you guys haven't mentioned Razzle in the
Shot in the
back of,
heart
Motley
for the
Crue's,
shot in the
ambulance.
heart for what? Shot in the heart for what? For your time slot?
Shot in the heart for your time slot. Thought you were playing, but you're not.
It's okay, Dan.
No, no, no.
None of this is actually going to
What
happen
you're
because no
saying
one
is
cares.
Funny, I know, but the shit's the truth. That is the truth, God honest truth. What they are talking about right now.
Dilla Brown and Dan Zimmerman, can you spare some change?
Paul, you got to
Wow.
even know that in your band that you were in back in the 80s in
Yeah.
Boston, that other bands would kind of mess with you a little bit.
Other bands, and it still happens to this day, I'm not going to mention who has done this, but other bands would call booking agents and or clubs and talk about how certain band members may have drug problems. Or we had a band call the police on us once because our first guitar player, Cancer Dave, because his name was Dave and he got cancer.
Cancer
Um,
Dave.
Yeah, Cancer Dave is dead now. not from cancer, ironically. But he was a
Oh,
diabetic.
that's good.
Yeah. So he was a diabetic, and he was it was a place called Sir Morgan's Cove in Worcester, which is where the Rolling Stones kicked off their Tattoo You tour. It was like, they rented a school off in like Connecticut and played this little club show. So that was what Sir Morgan's Cove was famous for. But we're downstairs in the dressing room, and all of a sudden the Worcester police come in the dressing room because Dave
I hope they wiped it out.
Dave had a needle in his side at the time because he was doing his insulin shot. And somebody had seen him doing an insulin shot earlier during the day and called the police thinking that he was doing fucking heroin. And that was another band. Another band did that to try and get us kicked off the bill.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened. I mean, nobody abducted us and took us to Cuba, but other than that, yeah, there was some stupid shit that happened all the time.
Jenny's got a gun. You're not playing your time slot. What's Dane gonna do?
Jump back in his Subaru and drive back to Phoenix. We did that, man. We drove all the way there Friday morning. Okay. Friday at 10 o'clock in the morning, me and my drummer drove all the way to LA. We went to
my drummer and I drove all the way to LA.
Okay. My drummer and I.
Were you guys racing Dane for the same time slot?
No,
it's like the Cannonball Run.
We drove. This was kind of what day I had Friday while you were in the pet hospital there.
Yeah.
I drove all the way to LA. We went to Amoeba Records, which was
cool.
Nice. We went to Sam Ash, which is barren. I can't believe how nothing is in Sam Ash Hollywood.
So Sam Ash
and then
can't
we
get
went
pregnant?
to the Rainbow and ate a little bit of food. We walked back down to the whiskey, played our show, jumped in the car, drove all the way back to Phoenix, got home at 5:30 in the morning.
Man, it's a long day.
It is a long day.
We're trying to figure out how not to make a vacation out of going and playing the whiskey. We're trying to figure out how not to book a hotel room or 2 rooms. We don't share hotel rooms, but we're trying how to figure out how to make it, so we're not losing so much money every time we go out there.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Your singer is the guy that's spending all that money, which again, good for him for doing it. But you could try to sell tickets.
He does, and because of his job, he knows a ton of people there, and it probably honestly, I don't know for sure, but it's to get the time slot that we usually get is $950. So yeah, it's $900 I think to get the time slot. They give you that many tickets. If you sell them all, you can end up making $200 or $300 or $400. But usually he doesn't sell enough of them, but he sells a lot. But it probably costs him $300 or $400 every time he books a show over there for us. But us living in Phoenix, if we drive out there, of course we drive out there. Then if you get a hotel room or something, or if you go to have dinner at the Rainbow, you're spending $300 or $400 too. So we all kind of
you're actually at a loss. You're at a loss.
We're losing money every single time, but we're just trying to build good memories while we're still young enough to be able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. You're not. I mean, and I say this with no offense intended. You're not going out there to get signed.
Nope.
There aren't a lot
there to have fun.
There aren't a lot of record companies looking for middle-aged, bands these days, and that's just the reality.
Middle-aged senior citizens.
Well, in your case, of course,
A&R people are at the whiskey every. What day are you playing, Dane?
We played there Friday.
Friday's pretty good.
Yeah, that's at least a good day, but they're there every Friday. We need something new, fresh. What hasn't been done already? Geriatric rock. I know, but seriously, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Who is that elderly stud on the stage with the bass? That's Dane Zimmerman.
Owns a guitar shop in Mesa, Arizona.
He has
you
a
don't
walker.
say.
Yeah, you put your guitar on your walker. Strap it around the walker and get up there.
That's not Dane Zimmerman. That's Davey Chromenuts. Yes.
Here's what we can do. We can dress him up like the Crypt Keeper. We'll put some makeup on him. We'll make him like his face look like a skull. He'll look like one of the guys in the Warriors.
Yeah, and we'll have the audience every time they come on stage take bottles. Clink, 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 clink. Dane, come out and play.
I don't dress for the gigs. I don't have cool boots from the 80s or skinny jeans. Or
That's why you
anything
haven't
like
been
that.
signed, Dane.
Maybe
need to
once
have
in
those.
a while, I'll
That's
roll
in a
my
wardrobe.
sleeves up on my t-shirt.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
Rebel.
know. But other than that, yeah, it's just me.
Do your thing, man. Who gives a shit? Play your songs.
Yeah.
Enjoy the
Yeah.
fucking time, the hell out of it. And who gives a shit what anybody thinks?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
By the way, Santa Cruz 3600 asked, didn't Dane open up for Eric Martin? I don't know. It was early that
I
night.
did.
I'm not sure. You did open up for Eric Martin?
Yes.
Was it good? Was he
Didn't
gentle?
hang out and
Was it
watch.
good
I
for
didn't
you?
hang out and watch it. I did not hang out and watch
You
it.
didn't hang to see Eric Martin?
No, man.
You
I
were
jumped in the
excited
car,
about
drove
that.
all the way home.
Dane leaves the Super Bowl early. We got to beat traffic.
Yeah.
So you're one of those bands that opens and then leaves.
Yeah.
Snobs.
Not always. My
Yeah,
lead
really.
singer loves being a part of all that. He has his picture taken with the guy, all that kind of stuff.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yes, Wayno, we were $300 in the red that night.
Or tab was $550. Love it.
No, we didn't make a fucking dime, man. We we were trying to make money. We were trying to get a record deal. Here's the thing. I made all that effort. Dane's making no effort whatsoever. I'm sitting in my room on a Tuesday night on the internet. Dane is preparing to play the fucking Rainbow Anniversary show. So who really wins in the end? He's still
Financially,
playing
you
out.
are.
Well, but it's if we were doing it we weren't doing. That's the thing, is we weren't doing it for money. I would like to say we were doing it for money. We weren't doing it for money.
Right.
We were doing it because we wanted to be in a
No.
fucking band, and we wanted to be signed, and we wanted to be.
Exactly.
I don't know that we wanted to be famous. We just wanted to be able to tour around the world and just play. Like that was the dream.
Yeah, listen,
I
you
know,
don't
and-
join a rock band because you want to get rich. You join a rock band because you hate money and you love vagina.
Yeah. I mean, there was plenty of both of those. No money and lots of vagina.
There you go.
Yeah.
And if we could get, like, if you played certain bars in Boston, they didn't really pay you, but they did give you a rider. And when you're a local band and they say, we've got a contract here, and in the contract we're going to give you 2 cases of Rolling Rock beer in your dressing room, you say to yourself, fuck, man, we've made it.
There's our profit.
Yeah.
There's our profit.
Right.
Minus the expenses.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. Johnny's lights just changed without any money exchanging hands. He's changed the system. How often do they change, Johnny?
No, now it stops on a
Yeah, you have
certain
to pick a
color.
stop
It's like
on
a
it.
roulette
Now
wheel
it's
now.
the opposite.
But how long do they stay that single color when somebody pays? Is this like, are you like a stripper now where like it does it for 5 minutes and then it starts up again?
I have to
Just long
Ba-
enough to get
ba-
a lap dance.
basically. I found that there's a setting where they can be where they're like animated, and it's probably more entertaining. So when there's super chats, it stops the lights and does whatever tier color, and then I have to manually go and start them again.
Oh, so you have to restart it. All right.
Yeah.
No. There you go. It's like a roulette wheel. Guess what color it's going to stop on.
That should be a
Yeah.
giveaway. That should be a giveaway. Like Johnny has something to give away. Everybody guesses, hashtag whatever, guess whatever it is. And he stops the colors, and whatever it turns becomes the giveaway. That way, Johnny has complete control over the show for once.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Once.
Every day
Once.
except Tuesdays.
Every day except Tuesday.
So Johnny has complete control. You seen how quickly he got rid of Paul there for a second.
Yeah.
Just
Johnny-
like that. Paul was
Johnny
gone.
getting ready for Tuesday is just Johnny sitting down with a big bottle of Pepto-Bismol and like, okay. It's only
guys
3
talk
hours.
about-
It's only 3 hours.
You guys talk about touring in bands. I had a problem where I was always on Pepto-Bismol.
What do you
You had
mean?
ulcers and shit?
For touring and stuff. Yeah,
Did you really?
Or were they a sponsor?
Do you have performance anxiety?
I did.
No
Yeah.
shit. I was just, you know, who just came out with that and said that they deal with it is Brock Lesnar.
Every
the pro
woman I've
wrestler.
ever dated.
No. So
what
Brock
are you
Lesnar
talking
said that.
about?
So no, Johnny, what was that like? Were you? Did you just not? Are you just not a performer, an onstage performer? Is that not your thing?
I mean, it wasn't. Now it is. Now it's no problem. But
But now there's no gigs.
back in the
There's no
day.
gigs.
Back in the day, no. I've been in bands where we were playing every week, you know, all the time, you know, everywhere. And
Back in the day, but now you said now there's no problem. The only problem is there's no gigs.
yeah,
Now there's no problem because there's no gigs.
Yeah, but he needs
Yeah.
the Pepto-Bismol to deal with you
Pretty
every
much.
Tuesday night.
Absolutely, that's why I
Of course.
said.
pretty much.
Yeah.
That's why I said.
No. So what was? How soon before you went on stage did you have to take the pep? Like this is interesting to me. Like
I
this
think
is
it's
somebody
interesting.
else's. This is somebody
I-
else's musical routine. Like
I
I
would
fucking
have-
dig this.
I didn't do the drink. I did the pills or whatever they were.
And,
Man,
and when
those
did you
things
do them?
fog you up.
Were they little blue pills?
I would do them. Man, this is embarrassing.
No, it's
I
not.
would-
This is
I would
fucking
do
cool.
them-
Oh, this is
I don't
good
know.
TV.
On the way to the show or whenever my stomach hurt,
Did anybody in the band know?
I would have major stomach problems.
Did you get the shits?
No, just it just hurt all the time. And
Sounds like you're lying.
so
It was nervous.
there was a lot of times where in my pedal board,
No.
I would have guitar picks and I would have Pepto.
No
You know,
shit.
the little pills and stuff, and I would take it before a show, and then eventually if the band if they see you've got that stuff sitting there, they're like, can you please
What's
Put
the
it-
matter,
so-
Beane?
So you had to
problem
hide it?
No.
yeah, I'd have to hide it. Yeah.
Wow. So
Johnny's
it was like having,
mother comes to the room. Johnny, I found something in your bed.
No,
Whose
dude,
are
this is-
these? I'm holding him for a friend. Yeah, right.
that's the beautiful part about this. This is like having a drug problem without having a drug problem. Like he's got to hide his
Yeah.
Pepto from the band.
Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah.
No, dude, I'm not shitting on this at all. This is fucking cool.
I
This is a
I can't
road
wait to read
story.
Johnny's memoirs. So back in the 80s, there I was. I started with the
90s.
light stuff, Pepto, in the 90s, Pepto, and then I moved up to the heavy stuff. Soon I was cutting Alka-Seltzer, snorting the stuff everywhere.
I was
Plop, plop,
every
fizz,
gig.
fizz, plop, plop, fizz, fizz.
Did
And
you
it
ever?
was just because you had a nervous stomach about going on stage and
Oh, I
you're
had
just
horrible
nervous?
stage fright. Yeah.
No
Oh,
kidding.
wow.
How
And
long
I was
did you do
pl-
that?
And I was years.
Oh, that's gotta
Years. And I was-
suck.
I was playing big shows, like actual.
You know how
big
you can
shows
get
and
over
stuff,
that?
and-
Go to the karaoke bar like all the time and just start singing the dumbest freaking songs and embarrass
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Sing the songs that you don't even really know how they really kind of even go and sit
Mhm.
there and sing karaoke not every weekend and make a complete fool out of yourself. And then when you're on stage with
Well,
your
that's
band,
Tuesdays.
you're
I was
killing
about to say, Dane, what do you think
Yeah.
we're doing?
What are we
here
doing
every
right
week?
now?
This is the humbling experience.
There's 110 people watching this.
This is
That's
the
more than
no. There's
any
110 people in the chat. There's more
any
watching, not in the
most
chat.
shows. You know,
What would Johnny? What was the name of the best band you were in? The band that you thought was going to be the one that was it? The one was the. Let me ask you this question. I'll do it differently. The best band you were in, or the band that you thought was going to be the ticket to whatever it is that you wanted to do in the 90s, whatever your goal was that the one that was involved with Desmond Child?
John Bovey.
No,
All right. So
it
what was
wasn't. It was after that.
what was the name of the best band you were in?
They were called the Mayfire.
The Mayfire.
Mhm.
And did you ever record a record or put out any product?
Yeah.
Did you get a deal?
With the Mayfire, no.
So no. Have you ever had an
No.
indie deal?
I had a deal with Desmond Child.
Okay. And did you ever
That
release
might
it?
be
You,
the problem
you
right
take the
there
couch
is-
and he takes the bedroom. That was the deal.
No, dude, this is. By the
That's
way,
this
the
is
problem right
your
there is
your
you got
milk.
this
Your
huge
milk goes on
person.
the left side of the fridge. My milk goes on the right side. You don't touch my groceries, Johnny. That's the deal.
but
That's
here's
the problem right there is there's this huge person that's known all around the world that's keeping an eye on you. And you have to live up to those huge standards that Desmond Child is expecting out of you. And that's almost impossible.
It was a weird. It was something not everybody has lived with
right.
literally with a millionaire rock songwriter producer.
Yeah.
Enough
I mean,
groans.
it was a very interesting situation.
He ruined you.
I don't know
For
about that,
every
man.
other man. For every other
I mean,
man.
I don't know how to explain it because to me it was normal. It was normal opening the door and having Bon Jovi's mom walk in or
Right.
whoever. It
That
was
slut.
No,
Johnny,
see,
tell
that's,
me what you see on the ink blot.
See, if
know, it's
would've-
funny.
Before you met Desmond, if you would have had a little 3-piece punk band where you're the lead singer and you played guitar and you went out and you played little punk rock bars in front of 10, 15, 20 people for a couple of years, and your equipment's blowing up on you and your pedal doesn't work and you're out of tune, and you do a couple years of doing that.
That was when we were with Popcorn, the
and
band.
all the worst things that could ever happen to you on stage will have already happened. And then you can work.
you can't
towards-
predict that. You can't predict that stuff because it will happen.
yeah, no, you. It's you have
But
to.
it's not important.
I know
what
I know what you're
It's
trying to
not- it
say though
doesn't matter.
about touring experience, like getting experience on stage and
Shit. Any, you can plan for 1,000 things to go wrong, and the 1,001st thing happens.
It's
Yeah.
true.
yeah. Ask Caleb. He just did
Yep.
the cruise ship. His pedal board didn't work both shows. For
Caleb
no reason.
Rappaport, the great Caleb Rappaport of the band Nerd Halen, in the chat as we speak. And we were talking about him a lot if you saw last week's episode.
No, I think that's an interesting thing because if you look at all 4 people involved in this show tonight, right? Each one of us has a different level of experience or a different scope of experience. Each one that's unique, and yet all are universal. Except for John. John's not a musician, but John is a performer. So he's been on stage, done stand-up, done television, done movies, shit like that. It's a different level of performance art, but it's all performance art. And this is, I think, the first time in, I don't know, the 2 or 3 years we've been doing the show that Johnny started talking about like his Pepto-Bismol thing and like what it was like to actually tour and shit. And that is a fun thing because that's a story none of us have heard. We've all heard about my hand job at the Killer Dwarf show. We've all heard about, Dane running into the guys from Faster Pussycat or Eddie Trunk. We've heard about, John not getting laid and talking sexually about his mother.
That's an ongoing story.
But all of a sudden, this one over here decides to open up tonight. Let him fucking open up. This is a cool story that I haven't
agree.
experienced. I haven't experienced it. He hasn't experienced it, and he certainly hasn't experienced it. So that's fucking cool. Let him tell his story. Johnny is the only one. Johnny was the only one of us that fucking lived with a songwriter, like a famous songwriter. Other than myself, of course. I wrote my own songs, but
there you go.
None of which anybody has ever heard.
I've written parodies and sung them in the shower.
Yeah. Dane is writing songs with his band and doing his thing at the Whiskey, and he's going to play the fucking Rainbow. Good for him.
Yeah.
At noon.
Perfect time.
I'm up here in the chopper and I'm looking at the Whiskey Dogs as they prepare to go on stage. And hang on, look, it's Bobby Blotzer. Bobby Blotzer is coming out of the rainbow. Oh boy, has he put on a serious amount of weight.
Bobby Bloatster.
Yeah.
He's Bobby Blubber.
Doors open at 3. Dane goes on at 12.
Dane is, Dane is getting to play fucking shows. Good for him.
Yeah,
Again,
Halen says he went to the Whiskey. He missed us because we were the 3rd band out of 5. But he
which
went
is
to
usually
see-
a good place, man.
Yeah, no, middle of the pack is a good slot.
Steve Brown, is Steve Brown the dude from Trickster?
He's
And
the
Def
dude from
Leppard,
Trickster.
and
Yep.
yeah, he's the understudy guitar player for everybody because he can play anything.
Yeah, he's terrific. He is terrific.
Yeah, Caleb, I'm sorry I missed you, bro. But we had an agenda to jump in the car and get back to Phoenix and not spend any money.
You should have told Caleb so he could get a ride home, Dane. I don't know what you were thinking. So sorry, Caleb. So sorry that happened.
You're supposed to say that when Caleb goes to the show and sees Dane. Then you go, "I'm so sorry, Caleb."
Yeah, I'm sorry. I put you through that.
Dane, do you play original stuff?
Yes.
Or is it covers? Or is it a mix?
We did we played 7 songs, and 5 of them were originals. The first song that we played, we opened up the show with "Rockin' Is My Business and Business Is Good" by the Four Horsemen. And most people don't know that song. And so it kind of comes off as an original, sort of. And then we play our 5 originals that we have. And then we ended the night with "Sin City" by AC/DC.
Wow, Christopher Live Sawa taking the zinger to a new level today.
I'm looking. I'm actually looking in the chat. Where was it? I missed it. Go ahead, Joe.
Toward the bottom. Toward the bottom.
Oh boy.
Thank you, Hellstorm.
So
It's
Johnny,
like Thunderdome there.
Johnny, when's the last time you played live?
Not counting the Guitar
been-
Center or NAMM demo videos.
It's been at least a couple years now because of
The word we can't say.
because of the C word. Yeah.
All right. So if you had a show,
Kachina?
if you had a show this Saturday night, would you have to take Pepto-Bismol before you went on stage?
No.
So you're good with it now. How long did it take you to get over it?
It took several years.
That's
I
funny.
had major anxiety issues for a lot of years.
Were you nervous when
Actually.
we were playing on stadium stages as Popcorn the band? Because they're talking about filling us back into an extra slot that might be forming for the stadium tour, for the heavy metal stadium tour. They're saying if Motley Crue drops out, we're in the running. Popcorn the band reunited is in the running, and because we've been negotiating with JoJo the Chimp's lawyer, and it's like, look, you guys come out of your dressing rooms, you play a set, you go back in your corners, you don't even have to talk. If the money's right, we're in negotiations for it, so we're thinking about it. So just get ready, Johnny. I want
Cool.
to keep your
Here's the
chops
thing.
going.
I would love to get on stage someplace where at NAMM or whatever it is with Johnny and Dane and Caleb and Jay and sit back and let Mancuda try to sing and just see
Sing. I'll sing.
see if you could do it. You've never played with a band,
I could
have
do
you?
it. I could sing. Sure, I could sing.
That'd be funny.
I don't sing well. I sing falsetto, but I could sing. If you guys put together some sort of jam at NAMM, songs that I could actually do. I mean, don't put together. No, put together real songs, and I could sing certain stuff. Certain stuff I'm not great at, and certain stuff I am. But sure, I could sing.
So
I definitely don't get stage fright. I'll tell you that.
That's one of the things that I love about watching like some of these YouTube shows is the people that criticize and shit all over this stuff that have never done it and can't do it. It's one thing to ball bust, Dane for playing at noon on fucking Saturday at the Rainbow. But it's a show that I think the other 3 of us would absolutely fucking, if somebody said, "Hey man, you want to play that show?" I'd be like, "Hell yeah, I want to play that show." It's one thing to joke about it. It's another thing. It's another thing for some jackass to be sitting in front of a camera and sit there and go, Dane's band sucks, or Johnny fucking sucks, or Neanderthal fucking sucks. And then you hand them the microphone, or you hand them the guitar and go, "Here, do your thing." Like,
hey, I know I can't play guitar enough for a show. I could sing. I could sing. I can't sing well. I could sing certain voices. I could do certain voices that I could falsetto, like Jeff Tate or Mark Slaughter, or certain of those upper range guys I could do better.
Yeah, but do you have a voice? Do you have your own voice?
It's all falsetto, mimicking other voices.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like I
but I'm not a singer. I'm an actor. I'm a comedian. No, I don't,
But I sit and joke about it. Like I pick up a guitar, and there's a few things I can pick out here, and I can play basic chords and shit. But I'm not a guitar player, and I acknowledge that. So when somebody is actually joking about playing guitar and stuff like that, I just sit back and go, okay, that's their world. Like you defer to their ability and what they can do. And I watch so many of these YouTube shows where guys are like, man, blah, blah, sucks on guitar. I'm like, here, show me how much better you are. Show me what you can do.
Well, listen, I can say someone sucks on guitar and still myself suck even worse. You can still be a critic without, just knowing what you like and what you don't like, what's good and what's bad. I go into a Chinese restaurant and I'm like, this tastes horrible. And that's like, hey, sorry, man, you ordered it and you want to do better. No, I can't cook duck, a Peking duck, but I know what I like and what I don't like. I have the right to criticize it if I'm in, viewing it or tasting it or whatever.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do.
Your pussy smells. Oh, is your pussy better, Mancuda? No, but I've eaten quite a few of them.
That's one of my favorite things to do is when people talk about it. They go, well, you're an idiot. You just do this on the radio. You just do this on YouTube. And I go, well, okay, here. I'm going to give you 3 hours of time to fill. Here's a microphone. Talk. And you'd be surprised so many people are like, so what's up?
Right.
Hey guys, what's up? So what's up? And now 20 minutes into it, you're like, good luck. You still got 2 hours and 40 minutes to fill. Johnny has played a song. Dane has written a song and played a song. John has acted.
I've written song parodies. I can write song parody.
Sure.
I could write a song parody in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Freestyling that shit is fucking fun, but it's just funny just to watch people in chats or in other YouTube shows criticize that can't possibly, those that can do, those that can't criticize.
Why? Was somebody in the chat talking shit about me? I missed it.
No, it's just a genuine, it's where we are in America.
Where's that motherfucker at?
We just shit on each other, which is fun. I mean, if you get paid for it.
No, look, I mean, you know what they always say, the actors all want to be musicians and musicians all want to be actors. I wish I could play guitar like Caleb Rappaport. I can't, but, maybe, maybe there's a lot of guitarists that can't act the way I can act or do voices or whatever,
Right. But no, there's that stage fright thing. Johnny, you don't have the same stage fright with a camera on your face on the internet, right?
No, he's calm right now.
Well, he's drunk.
No, when I first started doing this stuff, I had stage fright of this, a camera and stuff, but I started doing like daily vlogging and just different stuff that worked up, to build up to doing this type of thing where I can actually sit here and talk to a camera that says 112 people. I mean,
but there's
you
a
had to
big
build up to
but
it.
But if you were on stage in front of 112 people, you would get anxiety.
I was about to say,
No,
you would.
A video like this
Not
is
now.
going to get about
Not
1,000
now.
views. A video like this is going to get about a video like this is going to get about 1,000 views a week.
Well,
So,
under lately.
No. Yeah,
I got 1,000 views yesterday.
997. Last week's video, 997 views. Quick, call 3 friends, Paul. Quick.
John, he's telling us we're being canceled.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? When
We're going to be replaced with Tuesday night TikTok.
Yeah,
doing the
Tuesday
show
still-
with you guys, I don't feel nervous right now, but when Johnny isolates me, I'm totally nervous.
Johnny, if that's not a cue for
like,
you,
Johnny,
I don't
don't
understand.
No, come on, Johnny. You had one night, one
because
job.
you're-
There you go.
There it is.
That puts you on the spot.
There it is.
Now you can talk about your show at the Whiskey at noon.
No way. I
Yeah.
can't say shit right
You know, and maybe maybe one
Hey,
out
what
of
are
those
you gonna do
114
if you
people
can't
will
talk
show
in
up.
front? If you can't talk in front of 1,000 people behind a camera, how are you going to be in an arena with 50,000 people?
Dude,
Well, you
if
can
I'm
only
with my
see like the
band
first
and
4
I'm
rows.
behind my bass guitar. You have to be with your band behind a bass guitar. I can do anything.
Now you can
Mhm.
you only, if you've ever been on stage in front of a big crowd in like a hockey arena or a stadium or something like that, you can really only see like the first 4 or 5 rows. Once they shut the lights down, you really can't see anybody
Yeah,
until the cigarette lighters and shit go on.
It's more
And
sounds.
Paul, I mean, how many times have you brought on huge bands like Kiss or something in front
Right.
of, for what's the largest crowd you've been in front of?
75,000 people.
Holy shit.
Yeah. At doing
Damn.
a halftime show at a monster truck pull.
Wow.
Done that. And then the largest crowd I did at a concert was a festival in Kansas City that our radio station used to do called Rockfest, which had 65,000 people. So you're standing on stage in front of 65,000 people at the Liberty Memorial, which is the only World War I memorial in the United States. And you're about to bring on whatever band, Stone Temple Pilots or whatever the fuck it is. And it's amazing. It's just people as far back. And that's only 65,000 people. It's still 65,000 people. But now imagine you're in Rio where like, AC/DC and or Iron Maiden or Kiss are playing, and they've got 300,000 people or the US Festival or something like that. It's ridiculous. So whether it's 110 people, 1,100 people, 5,500 people, like it's all relative. But once you get into certain size arenas, you can only see 4 or 5 rows back. Once the lights go down, you can certainly hear it and feel the energy. But yeah, it's when you're standing in the middle, when you're standing on the 50-yard line of the New Orleans Superdome, the Louisiana Superdome, surrounded by monster trucks and 75,000 rednecks. By the way, that's the other thing. There's a reason why these guys are using inner ear monitors, because when you have a microphone in that environment, the slapback is so bad that even if you wanted to sing or do something, you can't hear yourself because of the way the sound travels through the building. So that's the reason why a lot of these guys use inner ear monitors, or why certain bands or whatever would get up and they put their foot right on top of the stage monitor on top of the stage, because you can't hear yourself when you're playing on stage in that big an arena.
Do you have anything scheduled right now? I mean, what's the next big show that's coming to town where you already know that you get to bring the band on? Do you have
I don't know.
scheduled?
I don't know if I'm doing anything for Bike Week yet, but that won't be, that'll be a few thousand people,
ZZ Top at Westworld or something?
something like that. Yeah. Something like that.
I remember I've talked about this on the show before. There was one time in the late 80s or early 90s where I got on stage with Poison to sing the finale, the closing songs. They just basically, like, everyone grabbed a person up to their mic, and I got at Cece's mic, and we were singing Kiss's a Rock and Roll Night Party Every Day. I remember the first thing I noticed was, is this mic on? Because like I couldn't hear myself, over the crowd screaming at Jones Beach, and it was a full house. And then I heard the echo of my voice in the back speakers of the amphitheater. And I was like, wow, you really can barely hear yourself over the din of that crowd in front of you when it's that big a crowd,
I think the last decent sized show I played was I was on stage with Tesla in front of, I don't know, about 6,000 people, doing Coming at You Live.
Yeah, and the spotlight is right on you.
Yeah,
That's
so you
a really
can't
cool photo.
So you can't see. Yeah, you really can't see.
Same thing with stand up with the spotlight. You have to kind of look below it to see like a lot of the audience.
Yeah, you really can't see the audience much. Somebody gets a good picture of it. That's me with the Black Label colors on.
That's
with Brian.
killer.
Yeah, with Brian from Tesla. So you're in front of, 5,500 or so people singing Coming at You Live, and you're like, you just don't even see the crowd at that point. When you see the photographs after the fact, you're like, holy shit. Like, there were a lot of people there. And if you see those people, yeah, you'll freak out over it.
It's also the same thing if you do voiceover, Paulie, when you go live on the air. If you don't have one out, you're not hearing your actual voice. You're hearing what, is electronically being processed. But like, if I'm doing voiceover, I kind of, hold something over, one ear, because I want to hear my natural voice to get a certain tone.
Some people do that with their headphones too on the studio. They'll take like one of the headphones
That's
off
what I'm
their
saying.
thing. They'll just do that.
That's what I'm saying.
So you can hear your natural voice.
Yeah. I've done that when I've operated the boom. Also, I have like one on, one off, so I can actually hear what's going on and directions and stuff, and what's coming through the actors' mics as well.
That's what I love about the Dio video that he did, Hearing Aid, where all the guys were like, "We're stars," and they were all squeezing their headphones together on their head. We're stars.
Oh yeah. They're squeezing on the head, or they had it one to their ear. We're stars. It's kind of
Who cries for the children? I do.
No, I love that one. That's a great tune.
Yeah.
And how many guitar players got to do like 8 measures of guitar lead in that? It's like 20 different dudes got a lead.
That's still such a favorite song and video of mine. That just
It's an
came out
awful
so
song,
good.
though.
I love that song.
Oh,
it's good.
It's an awful song. I mean,
somebody
it's
in
the
the chat break the tie. What do you guys think?
The moment was cool.
Hold on. Guys in the chat, girls in the chat. What do you think of Dio and Hearing Aid? That song "Stars" that they did in what was that? 1985?
Somewhere around there, 84, 85. Yeah.
What do you think of that song? I love it. Paul doesn't love it. Dane says it's.
I love
Johnny doesn't know what song it is.
How many people have actually heard it? That's the real
20
question.
guitar players and gives them all a lead.
I love that song. It's got every guitarist
Stars.
and vocalist doing chores through it.
I love the moment. I love what they were doing there, and I love the moment for it. But I think the song is terrible.
I love that song. And by the way, Jay Hannon brings up a really good point. Every stage and arena sounds different. You have to adapt to it, and other places on the stage also sound different. That's a great point, because you got a wall of amps here, and open space here, and
those amps aren't even real though.
But the suck part about it is, though,
Depends.
you do a sound check, and Jay maybe will be able to back this up. You do a sound check, and the place is empty. So you get an idea of what the levels in the sound and the slapback is, but you did your sound check in an empty bar and or arena. Now put 10,000 people in there. It's a completely different sound, which is why we always, when we were playing out, we always made the first song the worst song in the set, or the song that we could consider a throwaway, because our sound guy, Paul, would immediately like reset the levels. He would immediately, he would just go, okay, first song, it's a throwaway. Just understand it's a throwaway. By the time you get into your second song in the set, I'll have the levels where we need to be.
And who said it in the chat? Yeah, the Hearing Aid was basically the We Are the World of the hair metal band guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was a charity song. It was a charity song, Feed the World, blah, blah, blah. But let's see.
And they all got to sing. I mean, Jeff Tate did awesome on that tune. Paul Sortino did awesome on that tune.
Doc and
people
actually
were making fun of
decent
George
on it.
Lynch, but George's parts were good on that song. And then when it came to the guitar players, they gave like 20 different guitar players like 16 measures or 8 measures of that guitar. The guitar solo went on for like 4 minutes or something.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's because that was I think that for me, that was the problem with the song, is the song was too long, because they had to give everybody their slot, their little spot in it.
Right.
It becomes fatiguing.
Yes, but it's fun to play when you're just listening. When you're watching the video, you see who's playing the guitar parts. When you're just listening to it, you have to play guess who the guitarist is. And hear their different styles, and there was a lot of dudes where you knew exactly who they were. The Iron Maiden got in there and did harmonies together, so you knew it was them.
I think that guy on the back left-hand corner with the flame on his shoulder, next to Warren DeMartini, that might be That might be mediocre journeyman bass player Rick Fox, who claims he was in Wasp and was in Steeler.
Is that him, Paulie?
I think it's him. Yeah, I think that's
Paul,
Rick
start
Fox.
on the bottom on our left, and it looks like
Vivian Campbell, Jimmy Bain, Vince Neil,
Rob Halford,
Kevin Dubrow, Neil Sean Dio.
Nice.
And Frankie Benali. That's the front row. Next.
Frankie Benali. Okay, next.
Are we going back to the left now?
Yeah, go
sure,
back
let's
to
do that.
Johnny, go back to the left.
The Blue Oyster Cult guys. Right?
I see fourth in is Amir to Rock.
Yeah. Brad Gillis is right behind him.
Vinny Appice.
Jeff Tate is on the other side of him.
Oh no, with the mustache, the black mustache in the second row. Is that Carmen Apiece?
No, Carmine is
behind him.
Third
behind
row.
him, what's his name from Dawkins?
Oh yeah, Jeff's right behind him. And
we don't know who the guy with the mustache and the afro is.
Yeah, it's not Carmine Apiece.
No, Carmine is over behind Vinny and Buck Dharma. He's in front of
left of Jeff Tate.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he's in front of Warren, but behind Buck Dharma.
Yeah, Jeff Tate's next to him, and then the Night Ranger guy, Brad Gillis, is next to him, and then
Mick Brown is behind the guy with the afro we can't name.
Mick Brown with the glasses on, and then
Jeff Pilson
next to him, and then
David St. Hubbins.
Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
Michael McKeon.
Carlos.
And then
Kevin
Carlos
Cavazo is to the right.
Carlos Cavazo at the end.
Yeah, it's Michael McKeon
So
and
then
Harry
go
Shearer.
up to the next row, the second from the top. And you've got, who'd you say
I think that's mediocre bass player Rick Fox.
And then Stephen Piercy?
Yeah. No, Warren DeMartini.
Oh, okay, Warren. And then the guy with the jeans.
Who's that behind Warren? Is that
Chris Holmes?
Oh, the big tall guy. His head's cut off.
That's Chris Holmes.
Oh, and then Ted Nugent next to him.
Seeing it.
Yeah.
Ted Nugent next to him. Who's the guy with the jean jacket on, the vest, the jean vest? Next to Ingve.
Looks like Chris Impellitteri, but I don't think so.
It looks like Tom Kiefer, but is that too early for Kiefer?
I think that's Ingve Malmsteen right there with the glasses.
Ingve's the glasses.
Yeah, Ingve's the glasses, but who's to the left of Ingve?
To the left or to the right? To the right is Eddie Ojeda.
Eddie Ojeda is to the right. Who's to the left in the jean jacket?
I don't know. I mean, it's not.
That's Rudy Sarzo.
No, it's not.
No, he might be right.
It's not Craig Goldie. It's not Rudy Sarzo.
It could be Craig Goldie.
It might be Craig Goldie.
What about that Jaffria guy? Was he in that?
I don't think any.
Greg Jaffria is not in here.
No.
Who's the guy in the back row next to Nugent and right behind Ingve there?
In between Ingve and
I can only see like half his face.
Yeah, I can't see who that is.
That poor guy. He should have stood on a telephone book.
You got
poor guy.
And then the guy with the mustache next to Eddie Ojeda, I think, is Claude Schnell.
That's the dude from Triumph.
No, it's
the bass
Claude
player
Schnell
from Triumph.
It's not Mike Levine.
Oh,
Claude Schnell next to Mick Brown, and then behind Mick Brown is somebody with a very small head.
I can't make him out either.
Yeah.
Same thing with the guy to the right of him.
Oh yeah, behind Ingve could be Tommy Aldridge. You're right, Keith.
Oh yeah, Tommy Aldridge.
That could be Tommy Aldridge.
To the left?
To behind Ingve and who we think might be Craig Goldie.
To the left of Ingve?
Yes.
Okay, that
could be Tommy Aldridge.
Yeah, that could be.
Him.
That could be.
Kevin Bethel, that is Craig Goldie? All right, cool.
Okay, yeah.
That's a very young Craig Goldie.
Really?
Then who's the guy behind Mick Brown?
I can't even tell.
Yeah.
His face is so tiny. He looks like a pea.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
You can tell the guys with the biggest ego are in the front row.
Well, the vocalists are in the front row. They put the vocalists in the front row. Where is George Lynch?
No, Warren DeMartini is there. Paul Shortino isn't. I don't see Paul Shortino.
Oh,
Where is George Lynch in there? George Lynch is to the right of Fox, or is that?
No, to the right of Fox, to the right of Rick Fox, that with the sunglasses is Warren DeMartini.
I
In
think
front
that
of
might be
Chris
Lynch.
Holmes.
I think that might be Lynch, actually.
Where? No, Lynch, I think, is in the
Doesn't he have a
back.
skunk stripe there? It looks like he has a
Yeah, on
skunk
the right
stripe.
there, behind Mick Brown, off to Mick Brown's right, might be Lynch.
To the right.
Oh yeah, he's
No. To the right is Don Dokken. Don Dokken's on the far right end.
Yeah, I knew that, but in between,
Behind Carlos.
behind Don Dokken, the guy in the white, and then to the right of the guy in the white, is that Lynch? With
There's
a little,
no guy, guy in the right.
the guy to the he's to our left, but he's to the guy behind
Okay.
David St. Hubbins in the white jacket.
No, I don't think that's Lynch.
I don't see George in this.
Lynch is not in front of Holmes. That's Warren DeMartini.
I thought that was Lynch in front of Holmes. I think that is Lynch in front of Holmes.
Sure?
I'm pretty sure it looks like George Lynch.
I think
'Cause
it's
he's
Warren
got the skunk
DeMartini.
stripe, and I think that's George. Keith Campbell says Lynch is in front of Holmes. So does Gearboy. Yeah, that's Lynch.
All right. To me, it looks like Warren DeMartini. All right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We are stars.
Top right. Let's see. Jay
Oh,
says
yeah.
Top
Those
right
guys.
second. Top right second in is Lynch. I don't think so.
Now, how many of
Hello?
those guys in 1983
Hello?
or whenever
You're on
this
the-
was?
I'm pretty sure Lynch is in front of
Oh, okay.
Holmes.
Who is this?
Kurt with a C.
Hey, Kurt with a C.
Kurt with a C.
How you doing, man?
That here, good. That
Kevin Bethel
hearing
brings
aid
up a good
picture,
point.
all those
Warren
cats,
DeMartini, I don't think was in that.
Ingve
Okay.
gets honorable mention, but the best musician in that picture is Neil frickin' Sean.
Yeah, Neil Sean's a hell of a player. Yeah.
He's really
Yeah, of course.
good.
Probably one of the richest.
Now, who?
Okay,
who-
Dave Manichetti is
One of the
behind Mick
richest in
Brown.
there, actually.
Yeah, where's
It-
Dave Manichetti
Caleb,
at?
Caleb
Between
says
him
it's
and
Manichetti
There's-
behind
there's a
Mick
bunch of good-
Brown.
There's a bunch of good players, but Neil Sean, if people know him, a lot of people only know him from a couple Journey songs, but that cat can play.
Jay, I'm telling you, that's not
Yeah.
Lynch. Top right, second in. That's not Lynch.
Just my 2 bits.
I'm
You
telling
know what,
Lynch-
Johnny? If
Lynch
you can zoom in on that photograph, we'll be able to know.
I'm
Ooh.
telling you, that's not.
All right. See you later,
Hey,
man.
Lynch is to the left. I'm telling you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, man.
Bye-bye.
That's Lynch in front of Holmes. That's Lynch in front of Holmes.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I'm
with
zoomed
the
in.
frosted tips.
Yeah, that's Lynch. That's Lynch in front of. I'm looking at the face. And Warren DeMartini was not in this. Dan in New Jersey might make a good point. Brad Gillis might be the best player.
So,
in there.
Paul, out of everybody,
Brad Gillis is a pretty good
standing
fucking
there-
guitar player.
Out of everybody standing there right now, who has the best career as of 2022? What year?
Amir to Rock.
2022. Which one of those
As of-
musicians is actually the most active and well-paid musician as of today?
Either Rob Halford or Vivian Campbell.
I would say Rob Halford or Vince
Vivian.
Neil if he goes through with the stadium tour.
Fuck that.
So
Vivian
cool.
Campbell's been in Def Leppard for like 20 years.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. You might have a point there.
Plus, he was in Whitesnake, so he still gets Whitesnake
But then
money.
again, is how much does Campbell get paid as a gun for hire versus
man.
an original member?
Oh no, he wrote, but he's written
Oh,
on
hang on,
a couple
hang on.
on the last like 4 or 5 Def Leppard records. So
Who's
he's
the
getting
guy
money.
with the hat on that's looking
Okay,
at
you're on what?
Carmen
Top right,
Apathy?
second in is fucking George Lynch.
That
I-
is
that's
not
what I
Lynch.
think it is.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that's not
He had
Lynch.
dark, shorter hair
Is-
with
that's
the
not-
skunk
that's-
stripe. And
No,
he's
no,
right next to
no.
some of his bandmates.
No,
there
that-
in front of him. That's
No.
what Lynch looked like back then.
I don't think that's Lynch.
Jesus Christ! The guy. Who,
Yeah,
who's the
that
guy
I
they
think that
is
might be
Lynch?
him.
The other guy that looks nothing like that's what George Lynch looked like back then.
Do you see the guy
I
from
don't
Blue
think the
Oyster
face.
Cult?
I don't think the face looks like Lynch. I don't even think that's a skunk
Fuck
stripe.
that.
I think
Watch
that's a
interviews with
reflection.
Lynch from back then. That's what he looked like. That's George.
Hey,
I
who's
think
the
that's
guy-
I think that's a reflection on black hair. I think that the skunk stripe
Don't
is the
make me
guy in
come
front
in
of Chris
there.
Holmes.
Come in here, man.
No
Hey,
way.
you see the
No,
guy
come
from
on.
Blue Oyster Cult with the red
That's
glasses
George
on?
Lynch.
Who's the guy
It is.
over his right
I don't know who any of these
shoulder
people are.
with the hat on?
Well, you know who
It
did
I'm
looks
it?
gonna
like
go to
Mick
the
Mars.
video.
Before he
Yeah.
dyed his hair and got it all,
I'm gonna go to the
poofy
video.
There's actually
luxurious.
a whole list of all these people are. I'm looking
I'm gonna
through
go
it.
to the video. Actually, wait, isn't there on the
Who's
album?
the guy that
is
they think Lynch is?
Lynch had long hair? The guy in front of Chris
Can you hold,
Holmes
can
to
you
the
hold
left.
like your mouse over anybody?
I mean,
Tell me who they think it is.
it does. It
in-
does. Oh, I don't hear.
To the left side. Keep going, Johnny.
Well, okay.
All
who's
the way to
this?
the left corner.
That would be the right corner.
Your other left, Johnny.
Are they talking about the guy with the sunglasses on?
Yes,
talking about this
yes,
guy?
yes.
Hang on.
No,
my
Johnny,
mouse-
all the way to the left. Johnny,
You're on
go all
right,
the way to the
Johnny.
left.
Go to the left. There you go.
Okay. All right. Now go a little to the right.
That dude with the afro is the best, man.
Go. I can't even see where your
What-
pointer
yeah,
is.
Well, my pointer for some reason doesn't.
Yes,
line
right there,
up.
right there, Johnny,
That's
right
him.
there.
Yeah, I can see
That's
that.
Lynch. That's Lynch.
Okay, who's the guy?
No, it's not. The guy to the right. I'm
Remember,
zooming
delayed,
in on this
so
picture.
I'm trying not to listen to Mancuda.
The guy behind
You and
the guy
everyone else in the
behind Mick
audience.
Brown. The guy
Yeah, the
behind
dude with
Mick
the
Brown
shades
is George
with the
Lynch.
Stripe in the front, on the left, in front of
Warren
the window there.
DeMartini.
That's
Warren
not,
is
that's
not in
George
this.
Lynch.
Warren is not in this. I'm
The
telling
guy with
you.
the sunglasses.
Go back, tell
Yes.
those guys to go back and watch old school George Lynch
I'm
interviews.
I'm going to the
and they'll
video
see
right
that,
now.
oh yeah, that's what he looked like. Okay, never mind. All
Let
right,
me
we're all
ask
good.
you
I'm gonna go
something,
play guitar.
Paul.
Screw you
Paul, let
guys.
me ask you something. You see
Wow.
the guy from Blue Oyster Cult with the red
I'll see it.
sunglasses
Good luck-
on?
good luck
Okay.
The
figuring
guy
this one out.
over his
Dude.
right shoulder that
more
is
hour.
looking over at Carmen. It looks like he's got a hat on. That's
All right,
All right. See you, man.
All right, bye.
that's Mick
I'm going
Mars.
to the video. Mick Mars is where?
Hang on.
He's got a hat on. Okay, you see the guy from Blue Oyster Cult, second row with the red glasses in, over his right shoulder, and he's looking over it. He's not facing the camera. He's looking over at Appice.
I don't know that it's Mick Mars.
It
It's
looks like
possible.
Mick Mars. He's short.
I don't know if Mick was in this. I'm watching the Hearing Aid video as we talk right now. I'm
And-
watching
and
it on
I'm-
my phone.
And I'm incorrect. I stand corrected. The guy that I thought was mediocre bass player Rick Fox is in fact Blackie Lawless, mediocre guitar player
Wow.
Blackie Lawless.
Okay.
He just looks so much younger there, but he's right in front of a clearly inebriated Chris Holmes. I have the picture up on my computer, and I'm zooming in on people's faces. And that guy that we thought was Craig Goldie might actually be. No, it is Craig Goldie. I was going to say it might actually be Rudy Sarzo, but the hair is too poofy.
I was looking at the lips.
Yeah, there's some.
Now, out of all these guys, a lot of them are still alive, thankfully.
Which
Well,
is
yeah.
probably good. Yes, that's
Isn't
a good
that
thing.
awesome?
They're 80s guys. They're not
Yeah.
40s guys.
Not a lot of them.
Right.
A lot of them haven't died. And although is that Chris Caffrey from Savatage in the blonde hair behind Dio?
I don't think Caffery was involved in this.
It
Oh,
doesn't matter
boy.
if he was involved. A lot of guys were there that weren't on the show on the song. And by the way, that doesn't look like Rob Halford at all. As I zoom in on the picture, he looks like Sting.
Well,
Yeah.
that was that period that
He was
Rob
him.
had.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Boy, Vince was at
True.
the top of his world at that time. So was Kevin Dubrow.
Yeah, that's Ingray.
And Jeff Tate was more of a kind of an up and comer. You know that guy that looks like Mick Mars? Maybe that was
Sean. Lynch had long blondish hair. That is absolutely Lynch. That is absolutely Lynch in the top left corner. Give me a
with
second.
the
I'll
sunglasses on.
get a better photo of him.
Yeah, and he's friends with Chris Holmes, and he's friends with Blackie Lawless, and so it makes sense that he'd kind of be standing up there hanging with them guys.
I mean, they're not necessarily all with their bands.
No,
Yeah, I think that there were a lot of people that were there that just were in the video singing in the background and make it seem like they took part in it, like that it was bigger
Yeah.
than it really was.
Well,
And-
anyone that wasn't doing leads was doing chorus.
And Carlos Cavazos kind of hiding from Kevin Dubrow. He's like, "Oh man, I can't believe I'm in a band with that dude."
Yeah, he might. Yeah, it's probably a
Yeah,
smart.
but
thing.
yeah, it's Blackie Lawless is in the flame shirt, by the way.
Oh, you know who that other one of those other guys might be? Chris Hager from Rough Cut as well. I'm looking at a list of people that were in this thing.
Yo,
Yeah, because Paul
Rudy's
Sortino
in
would
the
always
back.
wear a
Rudy
hat. I think
Scarzo
that's
is one of the
Paul
guys in the
Sortino.
back.
Holy
Tate's
shit!
over the sea.
Where's Adrian Smith?
I have
don't
a
even
question for Paul.
can't even recognize him. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that picture, the hearing aid picture, the upper left. I think he's saying that's Chris Holmes. Is that Chris Holmes or is that Robin Crosby from Rat? Because he was tall.
No, that's Chris
It's
Holmes.
not-
It's not Robin. Rat was
No, that's
not
Chris
involved.
Holmes.
Robin wasn't quite that
Okay.
tall.
No, that's absolutely Chris
Okay.
Holmes.
Okay, and
said
behind
it's
and
Chris
in front
Holmes.
of Holmes, that is Lynch, because
Okay.
I'm going to show you right now
Okay, I'm out.
the photo.
All right, see you, man.
Thanks, man.
Hold on. I'm going to show you the photo right now of Lynch. Hang on. I'll zoom in on him for you. Lynch had dirty blonde hair there, and you see it poking out. Oh, come on.
Paul, which one of these guys in this photo is their career? They're still alive, but their career has totally collapsed and is completely gone.
Boy, there's a number.
Vince Neil as well.
There's,
Yeah,
a,
Vince.
there's a number of guys you could mention in that. Yeah, I mean, Chris Holmes is a great example. Chris Holmes' career is in the shitter, and
Yeah,
by the way,
and,
we wish him the best of luck because he's dealing with some health issues right
Nick
now. But
Brown has retired.
Eddie Ojada's not doing anything. Yeah, no, there's a lot of guys who are just sort of.
Oh,
gone
Ted
by the-
Nugent's probably
There
the
we go.
oldest out of everybody there.
No,
huh?
Carmine a piece is
Oh,
old as
yeah.
Ted Nugent. They're both the same
Vanilla
age.
Fudge, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty old. Claude Schnell's old too. Oh shit, they're all old. I mean, Jesus, Rob Halford's fucking 70.
Okay.
Hey, the
Here-
guy in the second row behind
go-
Kevin Dubrow, is that
Johnny, showcase me real quick. Okay. This great.
Yeah, you can't see it.
Okay, that's Lynch. Great image, right?
Your
Fucking
obsession, your homoerotic obsession with George Lynch is showing.
I'm telling you, that's Lynch over there. He's dirty blonde hair.
Yeah, I thought we
Can you
moved
see him
on from
now?
that already.
Can you see him now? Dirty blonde hair wearing an undershirt. That's George Lynch in the top left corner. Absolutely. He doesn't have a skunk stripe. He had dirty blondish hair at that point.
Yeah, where is
And he's
Mitch
wearing the
LaRoy in this
undershirt. He's
photo?
right there. That's him. You can see his hair sticking out. That's him, top left corner. Johnny, I'll send you the photo. You can just post it.
By the way, I have a question to ask at this point too, and that is, who cries for the children?
I do. Oh, wait. Let's see. John BL just sent a photo.
Johnny, check your private message. By the way,
Johnny, check Facebook.
Facebook.
'Cause John BL just sent us the back album cover.
yeah, I've been looking
listing
at it
who's
right
in
now.
there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
The most important people of our generation, right there.
I don't know about that, but okay.
And thank you, John BL. I assume you're referring to John BL as the most important of our. Damn it! I just sent it to John BL.
Nice job.
Nice. Tech more on Tuesday. Okay, here we go. All right, Johnny, I just sent you the photo of what Lynch looks like. You tell me that's not him in the top left corner. Not the very top, but in front of whoever that tall.
Yeah, that was
Chris
when he
Holmes
had the
was.
horrible macaroni and cheese explosion in his hair.
Yes. Let's see. Was Chris?
the
Why does it
where?
look like? What does that woman in the corner with the drink look like? Mary Gross from Saturday Night Live.
Let's see. Craig Goldie. Well, let's joke.
They all look like women.
Oh,
Which, Hey.
Which one are you saying is George
Mick
Lynch?
Morrison? Not the very top left, right in front of him, wearing the sunglasses. That's George Lynch. Look at the jawline.
Yeah, that could be.
It 100% is. He's even wearing the undershirt.
You're
Right
still stuck
right
on this thing.
above
I thought we moved
Carpiz.
past this already.
No, because it's like
Whatever, go.
I had to absolutely point that out.
You pointed it out like 6 times, and Jay Hannon has accepted defeat and apologizes humbly, and will fillet you later. No, wait, he won't.
Well, what if I offer money?
What?
I mean,
well, every man has his price. That's what
Ted
Ted
does
DiBiase
Ace think?
says.
What does Ace think?
Lemmy has decided it's almost 8 o'clock. It's time for me to tap out.
That's a little early.
No, it's not.
Sure it is.
For you, it's early. I gotta go. You'd usually do the good.
Early. He's on the East Coast.
I know.
For him, it's 11.
Yeah, but he does.
Really?
Here's the thing. I found out Friday night that he's up at 2 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast.
It's almost dead. Yeah, because you called me. You were up too.
Yes. Well, I was waiting in the parking lot of a fucking vet.
Hey, did you go to the vet right next to my shop?
No, I did not.
Okay.
A Corvette?
Which one do you go to?
Well, I go to one on down the street from where your old store was, and then
Next
this
to
one
the
was
brothel. It's next to the brothel.
This one was a 24-hour vet because it was like 10 o'clock at night, and that's why it cost me fucking $900.
Can't even see that.
Can you zoom
Thank
in
you,
on the credits at the bottom? Just so you can see, because Mick Mars is in there.
That would be who's in the hat then, looking over at Carmine.
I think so too. He's hunched over. He's short. He always wore a hat.
So the guys that are behind, scroll back up again, please, John.
Yeah. That's
Johnny?
him. That's him in front of Blackie.
So the guy behind Mick Brown, the 3 guys behind Mick Brown and David St. Hubbins and Don Dawkin are the guys from Rough Cut.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, with the exception of Amir, who's down in the front because he's
They
here
don't
to
want
rock.
to be seen with Amir. Yeah.
Because he's here to rock.
He is here to rock.
So most of those people have had decent careers. I mean, very few of them. We still don't know who the fuck that guy with the mustache is.
You know, I'm going to take a guess and say that's Burton Cummings from the Guess
The porn star. The porn star.
What?
Maybe.
In what
You
world
guys-
do you think Burton Cummings was involved with fucking
I
hearing aid?
don't know, but it kind of looks like him.
Holy
That's Lance
shit.
Macho. That's Lance Macho, Ron Jeremy's brother.
Burton Cummings.
That's Peter Cummings.
What the fuck?
Rod Cummings, Lance Cummings, Dick Cummings.
Peter
Holy
Cummings.
shit. Wow, that was.
I'll bet. You know what's funny? I'll bet I could ask every other person there who that is in the photo, and no one will know.
No one's going to say Burton Cummings.
He was probably an engineer that snuck in the photo.
Yeah, who is the sound engineer?
Keith
that put the
Campbell
whole
says that's
project?
Buck Dharma.
No, Buck Dahmer's the guy with the glasses and the beard next to in front of Carmine.
Mark
Eric Bloom-
Stein,
Eric-
Vanilla Fudge.
Yeah, Eric Bloom and Buck Dahmer are right in front of the guy that we assume is Mick Mars looking at Carmine apiece.
Uncle Ted is young in that photo.
That's pre damn Yankees. That's Ted doing
Yeah.
Penetrator. That's Penetrator years, or even before
No,
that. That's
like
Nugent by Nugent.
Cat Scratch Fever.
No, that's Nugent by Nugent when he was doing Tail Gunner and shit like that.
A little cat scratch fever, baby.
You like
Yeah, the dude from Vanilla Fudge.
Yeah, that's Carmine. The other, the other guy from the with the mustache might be another guy from BOC. The guy with the mustache and the
fro.
And the fro, yeah. It's one of the other guys from BOC. And Kevin DeBro, what are you wearing there? That pink blazer with the blue shirt. If it clashes, wear it, Kevin.
I lent that to him.
Yes, it looks like something out of your closet. I'm surprised you came out of the closet to give it to him. But
by the way, tonight's show and tell guitar clue is someone. It's a celebrity guitar. It was someone that was mentioned on the show today. Of course, we mentioned everyone. We did say his name on the show today, and it was a request from a fan that I bring it on the show. I had it on the show years ago, haven't had it on since. So it is one, if you're a long time viewer, you've seen this guitar once before, but if you haven't been watching for the last couple of years, you haven't. But it is a celebrity guitar, and it is someone we mentioned today. So there you go.
All right. Well, clearly I am being called at 7:58. So have fun. Sorry I pissed you off, Johnny.
That's cool. It's good, man.
I say that at the end of every show.
It's good. It's just the thing is when you're live on Facebook and YouTube, you just can't have just constant swearing.
But I would like to. I would
Have
just
you
like to
watched the show?
I would just like to point out, though, at that point, Johnny, you dropped. If we go back to the video and roll it, you dropped like 3 fuck yous at me. So, like literally, right when you kicked me out, it was 3 fuck yous in a row.
Well, you're only allowed one fuck you within a 30-second period. You can't rapid fire them.
This is like on a New Year's Eve when Dane is only allowed to speak every 11 minutes when he's dressed as Sad Ace. All right, have fun. I got to take care of the dogs. Later.
All right.
Good night. Thank you. The great Neanderthal, everybody.
This isn't the guy, is it? It's not this guy.
Is that Bob Ross? Is making a happy little cloud?
This is a vanilla fudge guy.
I honestly don't know.
Burton Cummings, right?
I don't know.
Is he listed on the back of the album?
That's his name?
Yeah, Burton Cummings.
Are you making that up, Dane?
No, that's his name.
Gonna paint a happy little tree. He's gonna paint a happy little tree.
He was in the Guess Who.
We're trying to guess who he is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Drew says it's Mark Stein.
I don't see that guy.
He can't drive 55. It's Bert and Ernie.
I don't see that guy's name even on that list.
Yeah, Jeff from Dawkins is like, God damn, this big tall dude's in front of me, man.
He's trying. He's standing on an apple box to just get over his fro. I mean that guy's sporting.
Brad Gillis is kind of doing the same thing. He's like, man, there's this dude who's like 6 foot tall with his giant fro right in front of me.
That's me, actually. Pick out my hair. He's in BOC. He's in BTO. He's in BDO. He's in BOD. He's in OU812. Joe Hervey's going to rub one out. Thank you, Joe Hervey. Octopus here is if you could define the specific last person we're trying to figure out. This is the dude behind Vince Neil, Trevor Rabin. He's in BTS. Yeah. Nice. Well, look, I like the song.
Let's get a picture of instead of hearing aid.
That's some good looking people.
Let's go to the Live Aid one.
No one here is gonna know Live Aid.
Sure, there's Springsteen.
Do you guys in the chat think that you'll know like everyone from Live Aid?
There's Michael Jackson.
Oh, wait. No.
I want to touch young
Live
boys.
Aid.
No,
Live
you
Aid?
mean
We Are the World. That's
no,
the one.
you mean USA. Do you mean USA for Africa? Live Aid
Yeah,
was a
We Are
big
the World.
concert.
Let's
It wasn't
see
a
that
song.
one.
You're thinking USA for Africa.
Yeah. We are the world.
Thank you, Joe Hervey.
We are the real children.
We are the world. We are the children.
There's a
and the
choice
one
we're
girl-
making. Oh, we're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day. It's you and me. We're tired of it seems I hope it all.
That song is epic.
Yeah. No, look at the time. I mean, it was pretty intense. Let's see that photo, Johnny. Let's see Live Aid. No, I'm sorry. USA for Africa. USA for Africa.
I don't know. You're going to know a lot of those people. I don't know if you're going to know all of them.
I wonder if they ever saw that money. I don't think any of that money got to them. Those kids in Africa were waiting for like parachutes of food that never came.
Wow.
Is that USA for Africa?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll know as many people on that.
It's gonna be tough.
I don't recognize most of these people.
Well, they're Sting in the black.
I mean,
right in the center.
I see Phil Collins in the back. I see Phil Collins in the back. I think that's Phil Collins.
That's Phil
Yeah, the
Collins.
short guy.
And that's a number of
back
people.
left
Phil
corner.
Collins.
This
that's
is
Bob
USA for
Geldof.
Africa? This
Oh
is
no,
USA
it's
for
not.
Africa?
No. This is that Christmas.
Was that Phil Collins' class? Was that
This is
was that
Do
Phil
You
Collins'
Know
high
It's
school
Christmas?
class?
This is
Yeah.
Do You Know
Who
It's
are these
Christmas?
fucking people?
There's
Who
the
are
Duran
these
Duran
people?
guys.
It's a number of people like Phil Collins.
That's it. I see Phil Collins. And I don't know who these other people are.
George
That's it.
Michael.
What the hell?
And that one dude that played that was in the wall.
The guy that played in the
wall.
wall.
You mean the glory hole at the truck stop? What do you mean he was in the wall? You mean on the Halloween show, Caleb Rappaport?
Jeff from
Halloween show,
the
Caleb
Boomtown
played
Rats.
Johnny's guitar more.
Yeah,
That's
this is
it,
that
Metalworks
this is that
cousin Bob.
Christmas one.
Downtown Julie
Yeah,
Brown.
do they know it's Christmas?
This is where everybody's English. Look
I
at
don't
that.
even know. What was that? Fish and chips for Africa? What is that?
This is we are the other side of the world.
The Duran Duran guys are in there.
That's We Are the World leftovers or something. We Are the World
Jody Watley.
latecomers.
The Bananarama girls.
Yeah, it's Jody Watley, Bananarama.
Not Rama Banana. Bananarama.
Rama Banana. Bend over, Dane.
Simon LeBon, Nick Rhodes, John Taylor.
Looks like Simon Bar Sinister.
George Michael.
Is that George Michael on his knees,
George Michael,
so to speak?
Sting, who was the richest out of all of them.
Oh, Bob Geldof up in the top there. Bob Geldof. That's the
Yeah, next to Phil Collins, you got Bob Geldof, and then below them somewhere.
What do you mean
below them?
Who
Below
below them?
Below them.
Below them, Johnny. The language.
You-
Below them, every one of them.
The Go-Go's?
I better get on my knee pads and have a delicious Bang energy drink. Because
Yeah,
when you
Sting
have
is
to
in the
blow 50 people, delicious Bang energy drink helps you with that energy. Can't wait to get that taste of sperm out of my mouth with delicious Bang energy drink. Always the right drink at the most inappropriate times. Thank you, Bang energy drink. Yeah. All right, go back to USA for Africa. Let's see who actually is in USA for Africa.
That's not USA for Africa.
No, it's not. Turn on.
No, that's
find
we
the
are.
photo
No,
of
that's
USA
the
for
Christmas.
Africa.
Do they know it's Christmas?
Fistmas?
That's
I don't even know who those people are. Go find the USA for Africa, the one everyone saw. The one that inspired stars. Because Ronnie James Dio basically said, you know what? They didn't invite any metal guys to USA for Africa, which kind of sucked. It's like, don't you think? They invited
you gotta have some metal in there.
all these other pop musicians. They invited no metal recorders to USA for Africa.
well, because
Keith Campbell says that was Band-Aid.
because the session was at noon. Yeah, that was Band-Aid. That's right.
Okay, so that was
All right.
Band-Aid, which no one really saw. So
you got
here's
Kim
USA for
Carnes,
Africa.
Michael Jackson.
Paul Simon, Kim Carnes.
That's what Latoya Jackson. in the
Latoya,
front, right?
yeah. Jermaine, Whitney,
Jermaine Jackson to the left of her.
and
Ray Charles is fourth in. I don't know who's that third in on the bottom row. Third from the right.
This was before Whitney.
Is that Ben Midler? I can't even tell who that is. Lionel Richie to the left of Ray Charles.
Huh?
I don't.
No, that's not Lionel. That's
That's not Lionel Richie.
That's
Oh no, Lionel Richie's top back left corner. I'm sorry.
That's what's his name?
Well, help me out.
Tears of a Clown.
Oh, Smokey Robinson.
That's
It's
Smokey Robinson.
Okay, now who's to the left of Smokey Robinson? And
That's the guy that Eddie Van Halen hung up on several times.
is that his name?
That's
He's
Quincy
he's
Jones.
Oh, that's Quincy Jones.
oh,
Then you have
Quincy
Stevie
Jones right in
Wonder.
the center.
You have
the
Stevie
bottom.
Wonder, and then what?
Stevie
Diana
Wonder.
Ross.
Diana
Ross.
Ross.
Then Michael Jackson. Who's the blonde?
Kim Carnes, Betty Davis eyes.
Is that her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and that's
And then
Paul Simon.
Yeah.
And then all right, second row. We got through the first row. Then that's
Tina
another one of
Turner.
the Jacksons, right? Top right corner. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
in the
top
right.
second row, right from the right. Second row, starting on the right.
Yeah.
Is that one of the Jacksons also?
Yeah.
Jermaine or one of them?
I think that might be Jermaine Jackson. I think that's another Jackson next to him. isn't it?
Yeah.
Bob Dylan is standing there, the fourth
Bob
one.
Dylan's not black, Dane. We're in the second row.
I know, the second row, right over top of Lionel Richie.
That's not Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie's in
That's
the top
Smokey
left
Robinson.
corner.
Oh, I'm sorry. Smokey Robinson.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Look how big Kenny Rogers is. If you just like look back at the photo, look like Kenny Rogers is sticking out like he's 7 feet tall compared to everyone. Look how tall he
They
is.
put all the white guys in the back.
You notice David Crosby was not invited, by the way. They didn't even want him.
I think that's Bob Dylan standing there.
Meh, Africa.
Look at the gambler in there. Holy shit.
Yeah, and then you even got Willie Nelson next to Bruce Springsteen, next to maybe Cyndi Lauper, next
Johnny,
to
can you
maybe,
lower the photo a little bit?
Buchanan.
You cut like everyone's head is cut off in the back. There you go.
Next,
Okay,
yeah. So you got Willie Nelson, Springsteen, and I'm guessing Cyndi Lauper.
That's
and
Cyndi
might be
Lauper,
Billy
yeah,
Joel,
for sure.
and
Yeah.
then Tina Turner.
Yes. Billy Joel, pride of Long Island, baby. Pride of Long Island, New York, hometown hero. Let's see. That's what's his name? From Daryl Hall in the next row. Then Dionne Warwick. Then I can't make out who's to the left of Kenny Rogers.
That's
But to the right looks like
Huey Lewis. Huey Lewis.
and then there's John.
and then John Oates. Daryl Hall never wants to stand next to John Oates. You notice?
Yeah.
He just never wants to be associated with.
And then a bunch of English dudes.
no, that's the News.
Yeah, the News is in the top row on the
That's
right. The bass
right.
player
That's
yeah.
all. That's the News with a Pointer Sister.
Yeah, the News is nobody knows their names. There's
And
the
then
News.
I see the Fleetwood Mac guy
Now
up
in the News.
top row.
Where are you looking? I see Kenny Loggins in the very back.
Two to the right from Kenny. Oh, and then there's Steve Perry, Kenny Loggins,
Where's
and
Steve
then somebody
Perry?
I
Where'd
don't
they
know.
stick?
And then the guy after that is
Where'd
the
they stick
Fleetwood
Steve
Mac dude.
Perry? Is he
Steve
in
Perry is next to Kenny
next to
Loggins.
Lionel? Yeah, between Lionel Richie and poor Steve Perry, man. He got jammed way in the back. One of the greatest voices of our times.
Right.
Let's see. Someone said Rick Ocasek in the back. I don't see Rick Ocasek. Is he in there?
But I
don't
see
think he is.
what's the guy in Fleetwood Mac, the lead guitar player?
Lindsey
Now
Buckingham.
you
Oh,
can
there he
see
is, Lindsey
you
Buckingham
can
up
see
there.
you can see me just to the right of the sign of the USA for Africa sign. That's me. I don't know. I don't know how they. I guess I bent over for a second, but you can see the hair. That's me, right there. Yep, standing.
That does look like Dan Aykroyd next to Lindsey Buckingham. Above
Yeah,
Huey.
with the glasses.
Oh yeah,
on.
with the glasses. He snuck in there. Dan Aykroyd, he's a cool cat, man. I put my friend Mike on the phone with him back when I was over on SNL. I remember he's walking by. I said, "Oh, Dan Aykroyd's walking by," and Mike's like, "Oh my God, Dan Aykroyd! I'd love to talk to him. Tell him I said hi." I said, "Dan, my friend Mike says hi." He takes the phone from me. He starts talking. He's like, "Well, tell Mike I said hi too." It's funny. Who's that in the top right corner? Who's that loner? Is he playing pocket pool? Who is that?
Top right corner. That's the bass player, Huey Lewis.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, he'd always have a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
That's the bass player of Huey Lewis?
I think so, with the glasses on.
Yeah. Is that Johnny, is that who that looks like to you too? Johnny? Johnny went to feed the chickens. Johnny! Dang, Johnny went out to dinner on
We
us.
are the world.
We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's not give in.
Yeah, what was
There's a choice
Springsteen
for
even
making.
thinking?
I was saving our lives.
We're down out. It seems no hope at all.
But we just believe there's nowhere we can fall.
I think Lionel Richie wrote this song. Right? Lionel Richie wrote this song, I think.
I thought didn't Quincy Jones write this? Or?
Maybe they co-wrote it. Yeah, those two guys co-wrote it or something.
I'm sure. Yeah, Can't Try 55 hit it on the head. Johnny went off.
And
to
how
play
much
GTA.
cocaine was in that room with those guys?
Which do you think had more cocaine? USA for Africa or Hearing Aid?
I know those hearing aid guys had a lot.
I dare say that if there was a flurry in this room, it was possible. But in the Hearing Aid, I guarantee it was like a whole fucking double black diamond snow ski run of cocaine.
Yeah. But I would say a good percentage of these guys were doing the same thing. I mean, Whitney Houston. Oh, this is pre Bobby Brown, Whitney Houston.
Not like the rocker guys were doing.
Yeah, Bobby Brown wasn't in her life during this part. Who there has the least amount of talent out of everybody in this picture, in your opinion?
I'd say the bass player of the News in the top right corner. He can't even take a photo, right?
I'm going to say down on the bottom in the yellow.
LaToya?
Yeah. Did she have any talent at all? At least the bass player in the News could play bass.
I know she was hot. LaToya, I think, was the cutest Jackson girl.
Out of her and Janet?
Her, Janet, and then there's an older sister.
Or their mom.
Hellstorm brings up Harold Perrineau new show called From Really Creepy. I know he has a show. I haven't watched it yet, so I can't really comment on it. But I mean, I'll watch anything with him. He's terrific.
Oh yeah, Aaron Neville is up there.
Yeah, G. Bushnoff brings up LaToya Poe's nude. That's the most talented person in that room. Absolutely.
Yeah, Playboy, huh?
That's where I wanted. That's where I wanted to see.
That's the only way she could make money.
No, I mean there's a swell of talent in that room, obviously. Keith Campbell said Rebe Jackson sang the song Centipede. I don't care if she sang the theme song to the video game Centipede. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Good night, Rick.
We are the world.
We are the world. We are the children. Okay, so survey back in. Over half our audience has heard the song Stars from Hearing Aid, which was again the metal version of USA for Africa. So yeah, of course, Johnny. And I'll bet the who cares 20% heard it too. 26% said no. Gearboy says, "Is that the Pointer Sisters?" I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, they're in there.
The Pointer Sisters.
Is that the Pointer Sisters? I only see one sister. Where's the other one?
There's a Pointer Sister in between the drummer and the sax player from the News. There's got to be another one in there somewhere. So wasn't there two of them?
It's just one sister. By the way, do you notice that Kiss did not appear in either of these videos? Nobody invites Kiss anywhere.
They
Kiss
were
is
too busy out making money.
Yeah, they're too busy making money.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you
They
something.
were out doing a tour.
You guys laugh all you want at Kiss. They're eternally touring, eternally making merch. Kiss is making bank. We do it all for the fans. When we play Africa, we'll give the kids free tour T-shirts, keep them warm, and they can eat from our craft services. They offered a phenomenal fee. Kiss for Africa. Nice. Anyway, so there's USA for Africa. Did anyone hear anything off the new Scorpions album? Because I did recently, and it blows my mind, and I'm so happy to see it. The Scorpions' new album, Rock Believer. This is a band that's been together with most of their original lineup intact. Obviously, a rotating drummer, and but for the most part, at least over half of their lineup intact for 50 years. Their new album, Rock Believer, just came out, and it's getting pretty good reviews. I heard a couple of tracks from it. I didn't hear all of them. I want to find a comp copy, but I want to hear Gas in the Tank. I haven't heard that. I did hear Peacemaker and Seventh Son. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. If you guys like the Scorpions, and again, you know what you're getting. I say this all the time. I love when I get a band that I know what I'm getting. It's a great thing. It's a great thing when a classic band shows up and plays, their newest version of what they have, and it doesn't sound contrived, and it doesn't sound crappy or tired, and it just sounds like they just never stopped. Then I'm a happy camper. Speaking of happy camper, always happy to see Lindy Lynch enter the chat. Yes, the lovely Lindy Lynch. Welcome.
Welcome, Lindy.
Jeff Davidson, you ordered the vinyl. I always get the CD. There's very few albums. I've said this on the show before. There's very few albums I wind up getting on vinyl. Usually, like, I'll get a copy of like Iron Maiden on vinyl and Kiss on vinyl and Judas Priest on vinyl because I love the album art. But everything else I'll get on CD because I just love the sound of them. Let's see. John BL chiming in. Our great buddy John BL. Hey, John, I discovered Wasp this week. I knew of them, never gave them a serious listen, but I get it and I liked it. Bro, Wasp were in early. If you like early Motley Crue, you probably like Wasp. I mean, they were big time around the scene in the 80s. They were, they were doing all the theatrical stuff. I mean, you had these guys, this is who taught Nikki Sixx to light himself on fire. This is like, they were doing all the stunts, spitting blood and playing with fire and pyro and, gauntlets with knives on them and spikes and a buzzsaw codpiece. And that's just the show part of it, but the music part of it was really, that's before they even got to the stage. It's like, nothing I want more than a buzzsaw on my crotch. No, I mean, these guys were rocking, I mean, these guys were really, really putting on an entertaining show, not just that the music was good, because it was really good. Like from early on, from their first self-titled album up, really, really solid players, all of them. And, you got to love that. I know Pete Panchowski of Swiss Picks is a big Wasp fan as well. I am. A lot of the audience is. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. And, this is before, Blackie, turned all, well, look at there. Speaking of Swiss Picks, right there. Dane flying the Swiss Picks flag. Dane carrying Swiss Picks in his stores. Good man. If you have not checked out Swiss Picks, you might as well. Nothing better on the market, boys and girls. Proud sponsor of the show. Raised holes. You can isolate me, Johnny. They won't bite. These picks won't scare you. Raised holes for her pleasure. A little clitoral stimulator right there. Nah, these get your grip on, baby. Get the blue cheese version.
You're muted, Dan.
Huh?
Dane's
know-
muted.
I said it doesn't matter how much lube you have on your fingers, you won't drop that pick.
You won't. Paul's had one up his nose. It's stuck there. I had one up my ass. It's stuck there. Believe me, these things grip like nobody's business. You want to get your grip on. You want a Swiss pick. So check those out. Raised holes. Look at those. You can see them from an angle. Really get your grip on. I was saying about the blue cheese version. Johnny, do you know who that helps?
Jason Becker.
Jason Becker, friend of the show, guitarist at Cacophony, and David Lee Roth, the great Jason Becker. Get the blue cheese version, and it helps Jason. That's his tribute guitar pick. So that's that one. The green one. Let's see. I think this is the atomic. This is the atomic green. There's nuclear, which glow in the dark. I like these green ones, and the glow in the dark ones the best. Those are my favorite. Those are great. So thank you, Swiss Picks, proud sponsor of the show. But going back to Wasp, Chris Holmes now in a battle with cancer. We've talked about this on the show before. There is a GoFundMe for Chris Holmes. Check it out. Johnny, maybe put the link in the chat. Look, help the guy beat cancer, man. Chris is a treasure for all of us that obviously loved Wasp, one of the guitarists of Wasp, as well as Decline of the Western Civilization Part 2, that very famous scene where he's drunk in the pool, drinking a bottle of vodka. Hellstorm, I said, today's guitar hints. This is a celebrity guitar I got today, and it is someone we mentioned on the show today that I had this guitar on the show years ago, and I brought it back today at a fan's request. So very, very cool guitar from a guitarist that has been in multiple well-known bands. So that'll be showing in about 15 minutes. You'll really dig that, trust me. Mark Langen of the Screaming Trees passed away today. Mm-hmm. Never wasn't familiar with the Screaming Trees work. I'm sorry. Never good when anyone passes away, but let's keep Chris Holmes from passing away. Plus, I know Chris, so help him out. Go to his GoFundMe. Link in the chat. Thank you, Johnny. Anyway, if you're a Wasp fan in the audience, what is your favorite? I just want to get an idea, a feel of it. What is your favorite Wasp album? I mean, there's a lot of good ones. I mean, do you like Headless Cross? Do you like Electric Circus? Fuck Like a Beast. What's your favorite?
What was the name of their very first album?
Self-titled Wasp.
Self-titled.
Let's see. Let's look at their discography here. So I don't have them all in front of me. Let's see. Wasp.
Hey, Santa Cruz 360. If you want to look at some videos that were put up, you can look at Whiskey Dogs Live, and you can see a couple videos of us just playing in bars and nothing professionally done or anything, just some bar footage and stuff like that.
Let's go Wasp albums ranked. Wasp albums ranked. Let's do that. I want to see what other people think the order should be. Let's see. Ranked from 2020. Let's see.
Ranked.
Let's see where they start. Is it a count up or a count down? Okay, it's a countdown. So let's see where, if you just randomly Google Wasp albums ranked, let's see what they think, and I'll agree or disagree with them.
Wasp albums rank.
Wasp albums rank. They're all rank. Let's see. Last Command, I'm just looking at the chat first before we go into this. Last Command, very popular. Circus and Beast, it's probably where my choice is between. Wild Child, Headless Children, and Kill Fuck Die. Self-titled album. Yeah. And yeah, False Flag, of course. Of course, Hearing blows that away. I mean, look, I'm sorry, with all respect to Dionne Warwick, I'm not listening to Dionne Warwick. I'm listening to, all the metal guys. I mean, that's what you come here for. A little comedy, a little musical talk, a little escape from the real world, and a
lot of swearing.
Obviously, and a lot of swearing. It's not a kid-friendly show. That's why, hi, Ellie. That's why you have the parental warning sticker on the thumbnail. All right, so looking at the random countdown, who came up with this? This is from the returnofrock.com site. So let's take a look. Starting at number 10, counting down, Kill Fuck Die from 97, or KFD. Not a bad album. I mean, look, I don't think there was any Wasp album I didn't like. I mean, I could think of ones I liked better than others, but I don't think there was a bad album in the bunch, really bad.
I don't think there was a Wasp album I didn't hear.
That you did hear or didn't hear? There you go. I'm probably going to go with Electric Circus. I mean, I just love that album so much. I mean, I love them all. Headless Children was terrific. They're all good, but okay. So let's see. So number 10, Kill Fuck Die, 97. And this is hard because this is a time period. What are you jumping ahead, Johnny? Why are you jumping ahead? Kill Fuck Die is an album that came out in the late 90s, and it's obviously a little departure from where they started, because again, it was like more industrial, more heavier,
more Nine Inch Nails wannabes.
Influenced, because at that time, you weren't playing hair metal. I mean, I was, but 1997, it was very hard. Night, Bozique.
Good night, Bozique.
Yeah, so that's kind of unfair. I mean, look, there's no bad Wasp album. That wasn't the greatest one. Number 9, they're looking at Dominator. It's a great album. I mean, I liked Dominator, especially coming back so late in 2007. Coming back on really hard and stuff. When you leave your prime period and then you make a comeback album or one in later periods, and Kip Winger did this too, and a bunch of other guys did this too, and sometimes you lose something because they're not sticking to exactly the period that you want. They're trying to adapt to a newer generation, blah blah blah. But Dominator was pretty good. Dominator, I thought, was good at capturing a lot of the older sounds. Going to number 8, Golgotha. I don't even remember what was on Golgotha. I don't really, to be fair, I didn't really give this one as good a listen as I should have. I don't know about anyone else, but
I didn't even know if that was even a word.
Golgotha is a title. I mean, I'm sure I have it because I buy like anything from certain bands. I'll buy everything, but I didn't really listen to it fully on. So as much as it should. Babylon was good. And again, topping the 2007 album, the Dominator album, and staying to that same sound. I'm glad they did. So I'll give you that. Now we're getting into the better stuff to me. The top 6. Still Not Black Enough. That was a great album. And that came out in 95. So that was one of those tail end. That was one of those tail end albums, tail end of the 90s, when you're like fighting grunge and like some bands just folded and others just put out some really great stuff that nobody heard. That's what Still Not Black Enough is. That's a really, really good album that a lot of people didn't hear because of, what was being played at the time. But I loved it. It reminds me of the way Winger 3 came out, or Pull came out, and like nobody heard it. So I thought that was good. Now we're to one of my personal favorites, number 5, Inside the Electric Circus. The title track to that just makes me want to break walls. It's so good. There I go.
What year did that one come out right there?
86, which to me is prime period, and they were touring, and so I just love that.
And he's got a BC Rich right there, Warlock.
Well, Blackie's signature guitar was the Warlock, the BC Rich Warlock. So I mean, it still is, but I love this album. This is one that I don't think gets enough credit for Wasp. I mean, I love it. I think it was really, really a great, fun, high energy album. I don't think it got its due compared to some of the others, but looking at this review, it says it follows the formula of putting a fast pump up track first. And that's what I'm talking about. That album that starts off with one of those, anthems you can just fist pump in the air. And Electric Circus was that song. High energy. And that's what I look for in like a metal song mostly. And I like the ballads and everything too, but I really love the title track of that song, and it just sticks with me. So that's probably why that's like a favorite. But again, now we're into the top 4. Last Command, great album. Really prime. 2 CD edition of the classic 85 album, featuring Blinded Texas and Wild Child. Wild Child's another one of those anthem songs, I'm a wild child, you love me, I want you. Let's see.
Yeah, and Blinded Texas, believe it or not, I've seen a lot of bar bands will cover that song.
Which one? Wild
Blinded
Child?
Texas.
Oh, Blinded Texas.
Well, it's kind of a more of a traditional 3-chord rock kind of tune
that makes
your
sense.
average cover band could pull it off, sort of.
That makes sense. Let's see. Going down, number 3. I don't know. Headless Children. I mean, I love the album. I don't know if it was like worthy of number 3. I'd probably actually put Last Command as number 3. But look, Headless Children was great. Obviously, music videos pulled out of that one. Obviously, The Right Time, 1989. I mean, that was really like the peak, 89, 90 for the hair bands and the hard rock bands. Crimson Idol, great one, is number 2. I'm surprised it made it that high, but I love the album. Obviously, I'm biased because it's a concept album with the lead character's name being Jonathan, so I'm a little biased. But really, really a good, hard, deep album. Just like 6. Good, hard, deep album.
Jonathan.
Really, Jonathan. And Self-Titled got number 1, which is really deserving. So many people love the Self-Titled.
What are some of the tunes on that one? Because I think LOVE, Love Machine was
Love
on
Machine.
that?
Love Machine is on that one. Flame is on that one. School Days. Let's see. Which was Fuck Like a Beast?
And that had Randy Piper on guitar.
Yeah.
And Blackie was still playing bass. And so that one right there is straight off the Sunset Strip is where those guys formulated that whole record right there.
Let's see. So, all right, Fuck Like a Beast was on the first one. Okay. I mean, imagine like, you know, you're a little kid and your mom asks, what would you like some nice music? Would you like some nice music? Fuck Like a Beast comes on. I don't remember that being on the first one.
I don't think it was. I thought it was on.
But that was on a later one.
Yeah.
What album was Animal on there? Animal was on the first one? That was the first track of the first album? I'm getting it mixed up without it being in front of me.
I'm not that familiar with them.
Let's see. I guess it was on the first album.
I think I had that. I had this record on a cassette.
No, I thought that was on Last Command. Wasn't that on Last Command?
Back in those days, I had a 1977 white Pontiac Trans Am. And with the cassette player.
Wait, Jeff Davidson, Animal was an EP, but I thought it was on Last Command. No? Let's see.
Jeff Davidson.
Let's see. Was that on the first album?
Keith says it's on a different album.
No, I know it's a single. Let's see. Wasn't it a B-side? Okay, it was intended to be the opening track on their first album. Dropped before the album's release. Appears as a bonus track on the 98 reissue. That's what's throwing me off. What a great fucking song. And you got the cod piece with the buzzsaw on there. Yeah. Look at this, Johnny. There you go. Right there. What's not to like, boys and girls? Yeah, the Circular Saw Codpiece album cover. Love it.
Talk about a dangerous scrotum.
Yeah, no, Mama Kuda did not get me my first Wasp album. Wasp was one of those bands I discovered, you know, just like going through all the metal albums in the store and basically saying, okay, what do you got new? And they're like, okay, well, here's, you know, I guess, let's see, probably like, I'm trying to remember what my first one was. It was probably Electric Circus. And then, like, you know, going back and getting the, you know, the 2 or 3 before that, and, you know, what else you got? And this is also the time of like when you had, you know, picture discs, you know, and that was cool too, because Wasp also had picture discs, which, you know, were like, you know, records with photos of the band on it, sometimes cut into weird shapes. And I like that shit too. You'd see that, like, you'd go to the mall or the flea market and they'd have them, like, you know, behind the counter.
They're collectibles.
Like, oh, yeah,
you bought them to collect, but the sound quality was terrible.
So, John, back in like 1985, what car were you driving around? What was your car?
I wasn't driving in 85. I was just a sperm, Dane.
Oh, okay. You're really?
Yeah. I had, let's see, early
What was
cars.
your first car then?
My first car was a 73 Chevy Monte Carlo shit box with rusted out floors that you could literally see the road under the car.
That's because you were in New York and they had so much salt on the roads.
Yeah. So I literally put like wood on the floor.
Now, what were the cassette tape? Did you have a cassette player in that thing?
Yes.
What were your can you remember the cassettes you had? Because in my 77 TA, I had Crocus
Crocus Headhunter I liked a lot.
Wow.
let's
What about
see.
Out of the Cellar?
Def Leppard
'Cause I wore Out of the
Pyromania.
Cellar.
Def
Yeah.
Leppard Pyromania. I mean,
Oh,
understand,
really?
I spent all my money on comic books and music. So
Right.
like I had every fucking cassette out there that was around. I mean, Dio's Last in Line got a lot of listen from me.
Right.
I had
I
friends
remember
making me
having Out of the
bootlegs of
Cellar
Judas
by
Priest
Rat.
and Iron Maiden.
Oh yeah, I had the Killing Machine with
Santa
some
Cruz
people call it
3600.
the
Hold on.
Hellbent for Leather.
Santa Cruz 3600. I'm 29 every year. I'm 29. There you go.
The Hellbent for Leather Judas Priest cassette, but it was also called Killing Machine. In other places, they didn't call it Hellbent for Leather. There's a nice little collection.
Hellbent for leather.
Too much AC/DC in there. Some good Cinderella.
Def Leppard's Pyromania was very big to my childhood. That was a big one. I loved that album. I love Pyromania. I wore it to death. I probably went through 3 copies of it.
The LA Guns.
Kiss. I was big into. Let's see. I had Dress to Kill and Love Gun.
Damn, the Bang Tango
and Destroyer. So I was big on those. I had bootlegs of them because I didn't have money. I had friends like making me like copies of stuff. So I had that.
What was the LA Guns album that had
Hellstorm? They weren't vinyl seats. These were the cloth seats. So every jizz stain I got there, every time some girl drooled or was very moist, those seats were stained up to hell. Yeah, so I didn't even have the vinyl. It was that good a car.
Of course, Van Halen 2, Van Halen 1, Van Halen 2, those Van Halen Roths cassettes were around. Why am I not seeing any Van Halen in these cassette tapes here?
Well, that's not necessarily mine, but it's very similar to 100 of them I have. I mean, I have cassette cases just like that.
Right. Oh, there's the Lita album.
I mean, look, if it came out in the 80s, it's my jam. If it came out in the late 70s, depending what it is, Kiss, Judas Priest, I was into that stuff.
What's that one right there that says Paul Lane? Who the hell is Paul
Lane?
Yeah, do you see that one right above Little Caesar? You got LA Guns, then you got
Paul Lane. I think he was the second frontman for Danger Danger, if I'm not mistaken.
I never even heard of that one.
After Ted Poley left and then came back later. Let's see. Yeah, absolutely. Keith Campbell, you sat in my car seats. It was like a crispy crunching sound. It's like sitting on a bag of potato chips. Like, what's this? That's from Barbara, Mom. Yeah, no, I had a lot of bootlegs, and yeah, I liked stuff before my time. That's all good. I like all that stuff. And yeah, Poo Ninja, you could absolutely put like 14 bodies in the trunk of that thing. I mean, totally. It's like a small apartment in the trunk of an old car like that. And later after that, I moved on to like Trans Ams and Camaros and shit like that. I was very big into like, sports cars and, stuff that went fast. And
what was the LA Guns album that had Sex Action, and it also had what was
Sex
the other
Action?
One? Yeah,
Sex Action was either the first or second one.
And then it had Gypsy, Electric Gypsy.
I think that was I think that was the second one.
That was a good LA Guns album right there.
There is no bad LA Guns album. It's LA Guns. As long as you have Phil and you have Tracy, LA Guns is top notch. It was the first one? Center Hill Cards said it was Cocked and Loaded, which is the second. It was the first one, guys?
It was the first album. For some reason, I liked a lot of their first album. A lot of these bands.
There's a lot of reasons to
They
like the
came
first
out
album.
like
Great.
their first album was killer.
First one. Thank you, guys. Yeah,
And I kind of feel that way about Wasp. I think they started out, for me, they started out on this plateau where that first album was just killer. And then they slowly started. I started to lose interest after a couple.
Wasp started strong and they just kept going. I think their best stuff is, until 95. But it's like, for me, I think probably Headless Children was like their most, mature album, for lack of a way of putting it, because it was a concept album and it was great, and yeah, Santa Cruz 3600. No, I never experienced the Sunset Strip in the 80s, unfortunately. But again, I grew up on the East Coast, so all of my experiences of the metal days are of the East Coast gangs. Bands like Kiss grew up on the East Coast, and Twisted Sister and Danger and Bon Jovi and Skid Row and all those guys, the New York, New Jersey crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys were there.
Cinderella.
So I grew up. Cinderella was Jersey. Yeah, we had Lemoore. We had we had a lot of clubs on the East Coast, but we didn't have the Sunset Strip, which was like obviously the big thing. But we had our own scene. Anyway, it is time for Show and Tell Guitar. It is 2:40. We got 20 minutes. Let's give a shout out to our sponsors, our great sponsors. Great sponsors like Vinum Custom Pickups, hand-wound boutique level pickups. Vinum Pickups, maker of the Mancuda Custom. You see one right there. These are terrific. Craig Vinum can hand wind you any type of pickup you want. You want something similar to what you can get in the store but modified? Craig Vinum can do it. You want to add some tone to your Les Paul? Craig Vinum has specific hot-rodded pickups for you. You tell Vinum Custom Pickups what you want. They will come up with it. God bless you, Vinum Custom Pickups. And of course, Johnny, what's more fun to have on your guitar than a kill switch? And who makes the best pickups, Johnny? I'm asking you as a pro player, Mr. Beane. Who do you use? Oh, boy.
That was two questions.
Johnny was taking a nap.
What?
Who do you use as a pro player? I'm asking you. Dave! As a pro player, who do you use for your kill switches? Who makes the best kill switches out there?
Oh, well, my kill switches are Tessie switch.
Tessie switch. That's what I was getting at. Tessie switches make her the most durable, professional level guitar kill switches on the market. Check out a Tessie switch. Beat them up. Try to make them do anything but stop your guitar from working. And boy, oh boy, you will have a hard time. Tessie switch, the best, most durable kill switches on the market. And of course, Johnny, if you're hot rodding your guitar, where would you go? Where would you go to hot rod your guitar? If you want a titanium bridge and noiseless springs and special tuners, who would you call? What website would you go to?
I would go to fu-tone.
fu-tone.com. Absolutely.
Oh.
FU Tone has the largest selection of hot rod equipment that you can get to modify your guitar. They even have whole guitars if you really want to go crazy. But you can get all sorts of stuff at FU Tone. You can get noiseless springs and tuners, titanium saddles, bridge parts, you name it. FU Tone has what you need to hot rod and upgrade your guitar, your tone. And Johnny, let me tell you something. If you're chilling out at home listening to some great Wasp albums, if you're listening to, let's say you want to listen to Headless Children start to finish, just want to relax, turn the lights off, lay in your easy chair, play that album. Wouldn't you like some munchies? Wouldn't it be great to have a big bag of delicious Colonel's gourmet popcorn while you're enjoying that vintage 80s music. Wouldn't that be great? Sounds like a perfect weekend. Who needs a date? Just spit in your right hand and rub one out. Not on your popcorn, though. Delicious Colonel's Gourmet popcorn and more. They have the best popcorn on earth. They have chocolate. They have diabetic candies. They have all sorts of regular candy. You name it. They have nuts. Johnny, there is nothing better to relax you than a big bag of treats from Colonel's Gourmet popcorn and more. That more is the chocolate, the nuts. Try those chocolate-covered cashews. Holy hell. You want a great treat there. And good news, you mentioned Johnny Beane or Jay Hannon's name when ordering at colonelsgourmet.com, and you will get more product. They will send you more bags of delicious popcorn, more bags of chocolate, more candy, whatever you order. Yummy. I love and I'm addicted to the movie popcorn. That was my big game staple. Chicken wings and Colonel's Gourmet popcorn. You bet.
Man, that's
sounds
good,
good, right? Sounds good, right?
That's good stuff. They make a lot of great stuff. The they've like a spicy one.
What do you like, Dane? Mama Kuda's favorite is the cheese popcorn.
Well, I liked all those chocolate covered cashews.
Those are highly recommended.
Chocolate covered things are awesome.
Cat shoes.
Cashews.
Yeah.
Getting some cat shoes.
Oh, was that real?
Oh my gosh.
Excuse me.
Oh,
There's some kernels just came out of his nose right now. What were you stuffing in there? Jesus.
Cheese.
Holy
was that a Swiss? pick?
Dane's buttering his own popcorn.
Cashews.
Well, anyway, check out colonelsgourmetpopcorn.com. If you have any extra cheese, give it to Mama Kuda. She loves that stuff. Good stuff. Okay, today's show and tell guitar. The hint I gave was that it was someone we mentioned today on the show. Now, we went through a lot of rock stars. Not him. Not that prick. Meh, 2.5 men. Cobra Kai, give us a little image of that 2.5 men. Johnny can be the kid. Dane can be Rose. Paulie and I will be Charlie, Harper, and and Alan. Yeah. So anyway, today, show and tell guitar, an artist we mentioned, and it was a guitar I've had on the show years ago. Haven't had it since, but it was a special request. Let's just move this. We'll get a thumbnail going. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny, if you will. Oh, look at that thing. What the fuck? Look at that thing. Let me know when you got a good thumbnail, Johnny.
Got it.
That is Steve Brown of Trickster. That is his custom-made hollow flash Night Swan. This is one of the first hollow flash guitars made. The first few hollow flash guitars went to 2 for Andy Timmons and 1 for Steve Brown of Trickster. And then you got one for was it in Cinderella? No, Enough's Enough.
Poison?
No, Enough's Enough. There you go. So this is, look at that. Hollow Flash is so pretty. The rainbow colors. Back it off a little bit. Look at that. This is signed by the band. This was given to an MTV executive for helping get all their videos on the air as a thank you. This is the same one you see on the Trickster album cover. There you go. That Night Swan reverse headstock. Nice rosewood board. Now this is an R1 nut. Remember, the early Night Swans had a very, very narrow board. These were designed by specs of Buddy Blaze for Vivian Campbell. And Steve Brown had one custom made for him. Now custom, because look at the pickup configuration on this bad boy. And you'll notice there's a single coil at an angle and a humbucker in the bridge. Normally, the Night Swans all had a humbucker in the middle position and a humbucker at the bridge. This one, custom made for Steve Brown, left that middle picking area open and gave him a single coil at the bridge with some brass trim. And you notice the bridge has that alternating brass and black on the saddles there. That was also custom made for him.
On a Floyd.
And you'll notice he also had the same, that's a real Floyd because it's a Kramer. And remember, Kramer had the license to Floyd's at the time. They had the exclusive. You'll notice that sticker, that is the same tech that Richie Sambora used. That's his signature sticker. There you go. There's the back of that bad boy. Black. And Hollow Flash is one of my absolute favorite finishes. These original factory Hollow Flashes, I just love them so much. When I first saw them come out, I was very glued to those three bands, Danger Danger, Trickster, and Enough's Enough. Watching those early Hollow Flash guitars come out, I thought it was such a unique finish. And it really is. No two are alike. The original Hollow Flashes were all done and came up with the idea by the great George Felice. Shout out to my buddy George Felice, dealing with some health issues right now. Love you, brother.
George.
These were all hand done by George Felice.
I know George.
Yeah, you know him too. And look at the inlays on these Night Swans, that bouncing ball inlay. Like a game of Pong from the 80s. Just bouncing up and down the fretboard. Very, very cool. The colors on these under stage lights, I mean, you can't duplicate them. So fucking cool. And yeah, Jeff Davidson, the bridge luck's odd because Steve wanted that two-tone. It's just a regular Floyd. It's an original Floyd, but he wanted it in two-tone black and gold. So
Two-tone.
He got tone. So he got what he wanted. Now you'll recognize this obviously from all the Trickster videos and on concert tours. But you'll see it on the album cover. There it is. That's this guitar on the album cover. Wow. And no, Kent Drive 55, Hollow Flash from the 80s, the original Hollow Flash never suffered from flaking. What it is the clear coat crack. It used a very thick clear coat, and sometimes it would crack. If you knocked it, you would get a split in the clear coat. So you have to be very careful. Yeah. So again, narrow, but it's a C shape also. I should point that out. If you look at that, it's a little thick. It's a C shape. Not quite as thick as a Les Paul, but not a flat D shape like a Gunslinger or the Beretta was. But narrow. Again, an R1 nut versus the Beretta, which was an R2. So a little narrow. But a great feel. And again, this one's so broken in. I don't know if you could see the dirty, dirty, dirty maple that this is from all the touring. Remember, Trickster was really hot at the time. Look at the difference between the neck color and the headstock color.
What does that say on the back there? What's the word that's printed on there?
Chauffeur. Chauffeur. That was the name of the tech that did Richie Sambora and Steve Brown's setups and adjustments and things like that. Look how the color goes on these old ones. The newer ones are more of a bright color because, again, the clear coat, if not taken care of, the old clear coats could get yellow. But if they are taken care of like this one was, it's nice and bright. Again, you can tell the difference between the old ones and the new ones. The technique to put them on is very different. Down New Jersey, it is Brazilian rosewood. A nice thick slab of it. Look how thick that rosewood is on there. That's a pretty thick piece of rosewood on there. Absolutely. And it has a great feel to it. Love that. I love the reverse headstock on these early Night Swans. They've reissued the Night Swans. But again, this was made, this was made differently back then from the way they are now. And a much higher quality back then, especially doing custom work for a working rock star like Steve Brown. Obviously a different feel than some of the other stuff. Pickup selector is a tiny switch. Kai Matthews is asking. It's a tiny switch right here. Just a little three-way because you got a coil split on the bridge. One volume. No tone. But very, very cool. Duncan pickups in there and a rail. If you look close, there's a rail on the single coil. That's a rail pickup. So that's stacked.
Is that a Duncan or DiMarzio?
The bridge pickup is a Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about the rail. And again, if you look close, there's all the signatures on the front there. I'm not big on signed guitars, but I didn't want to take it off because, how often do you see the signatures of all the bandmates there? Yeah, Pete Loren and Steve Brown, all four of them.
You actually might mess with that finish by taking those off.
No, the clear coat is thick enough because it did say the record executive or the MTV executive's name on it. So that I did take off, but I left the four signatures. Yeah, no, it was to John, but it's not spelled the way I spell my name.
Johnnny.
Yeah, it's John is the executive's name. Mine is just Jon. But I just love these.
You didn't legally change your name because of that?
Yeah, I didn't want to change it to modify for the guitar. But it's such a good player. And, you can see it's got the DiMarzio strap locks on there.
Clip locks, rather. There you go. Jay Hannon's favorite.
That's what he used. No, Steve Vai's favorite too. Jay knows his shit. Jay's a pro player. He's no fool. Yeah. But Steve has asked me many times that if I ever get rid of this, to sell it back to him.
For less.
Yeah. That's the problem. That's the problem. When rock stars get free guitars, they're hoping like, hey, what do you think? I didn't pay anything for the guitar. So Steve's a good guy. I love him. But the fact is, I love this guitar. I've wanted this guitar. I hunted down this guitar for years looking for it because I know where a lot of famous guitars are, and a lot of them I have dibs on. But this one, I didn't know where it was. And I put out the word, and a friend of mine came back and said, hey, John, that guitar you're looking for? A friend of mine that was an executive at MTV still owns it. And I was like, really? And sure enough, there it was. We worked it out.
I'm like, MTV is not doing too well these days.
It wasn't. At the time I bought it, it was not. It was not. It was not. No, this is a personal favorite guitar I've hunted for, and I love this guitar from the first time I saw it. So very, very
When,
cool.
it's back in the days when MTV had like 12 hours of continuous 16
Music.
and Pregnant was on.
Yeah, they used to play music at one point, and then they switched to 16 and Pregnant,
And
Cribs,
ridiculousness.
Pimp My Ride. I don't know, all that
Oh,
stuff.
Pimp My Ride was good though, but ridiculous.
No, it was fun. It was fun, you know, but I wanted to see music, you know.
Well, you know, because back in the day, MTV started as music television.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what the
it
M
went-
is for.
It went from M music. It went from music to meh.
Meh
Meh
television.
TV.
Meh TV. But I love Trickster from day one. And again, I was also very fascinated with the early hollow flashes because my second guitar was a Kramer hollow stripe. And I loved the Beretta with the hollow stripes. I was fascinated by the finish. And then it had one and a black one. Steve Brown had this one. And Enough's Enough. What's his name?
Chips on up.
No. He passed away, unfortunately.
John Biel.
Someone in the chat help me. No, not John Biel. Passed away from Enough's Enough. Derek Frigo. Derek had a Beretta that was in the Fly High Michelle video. So I wanted all four of those guitars. I know where two are, and I own two of them. So almost done. Almost there. I got dibs on the other two, but I don't own them all yet. But I love the original hollow flashes, and they've always fascinated me. I think they're some of the most beautiful guitars played by some of my favorite early musicians in some of my favorite early bands. And, this is, like I said, one that I was happy to bring back when someone asked me, oh, come on, bring on a Kramer, bring on this one. Okay, fine, you got it. This is today's show and tell guitar of the week. Kramer Night Swan Hollow Flash, one of the first ones made for Steve Brown of Trickster and of Def Leppard and of all the other bands that Steve has
Tokyo
filled
Motor
in
Fist.
for. Now Tokyo Motor Fist with Ted Poley, formerly of Danger Danger, or sometimes still of Danger Danger.
And Rubik's Cube.
Tied in with Andy Timmons. So he's always looking at some hollow flash, it seems.
Wow.
And no, it wasn't John Sykes, the MTV exec. I won't say his name, but it wasn't John Sykes. But there you go. So there you go. And Steve knows I have it and is glad I'm enjoying it. So there you go. Steve's a good guy and great player. Like we said earlier on the show, he is that guy that can just do any style in any band. That's why he always gets called in. And Tokyo Motor Fist, by the way, if you haven't heard it, great stuff. Great stuff. Him and Ted Poley are killing it. So there you go. That is today's show and tell guitar of the week.
That is a really, really cool guitar. Definitely.
Look at that. Look at it
Without
right
a
there.
doubt.
Just right there, you can get a good idea of like just how pretty that hollow flash really is. Always changes colors, so pretty. You put one of these in the sun or under a stage light, forget about it. Just so pretty. Really, and a great player. So well broken in. Trickster played so many shows back then. They were opening for everybody. And he's such a great guy. So there you go. Shout out to Steve Brown.
Yeah, Caleb's new best friend, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Caleb was telling us.
I could see that. I could see their love of Van Halen. They have a mutual love of Van Halen. Who doesn't?
God, I'm so bummed out now that I left the whiskey before everybody showed up. Damn it.
They were all waiting. They were watching you leave. They're like, okay, he's gone. Come on.
Yeah. You sneak in the back door. You know how there's that staircase going into the back?
Yeah. I do.
I've never been there.
I do. You never been to the whiskey?
Nope.
I've been up in there. Yeah. I've been there. I've been in the green room. I've been all over that place. Great venue. Classic venue, of course. Let's see. Monsters Rock Cruise. Yeah, of course. Yes, and Keith Campbell is right. New Jersey's own Trickster. Correct. East Coast rockers, baby. More East Coast, tri-state area. I'll tell you what, tri-state area, man, we launched a lot of cool bands. Michael, the Captain Smith in the chat. Welcome, brother.
Hope you're feeling better, man.
Absolutely. Much love for you. Executive producer, Michael, the Captain Smith, I should say.
Yes. Michael Smith.
Just in time to help us read the closing credits. so I can eat some dinner tonight. Let's see. Do I sell guitars ever? I've parted with a few, but not usually. Not usually. I'm not big on selling. I've parted with a few. It depends on which ones and whatever. I mean, that one definitely not. But thank you for the question, CC. There you go. So,
CC, hey dude.
Hit it, CC.
CC.
Yeah. Let's give a big thank you to everyone watching. We love and appreciate our audience. We love and appreciate comments in the chat and thumbs up on the video. If you had a good time today, or even if you didn't, leave a thumbs up on the video. Do us a solid. Tell your friends to waste their time here as well. It's better than watching the news, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get out of the real world nightmares we live in. Come here, have a few laughs, talk about metal.
Yeah.
Thank you to our channel members. Wow, look at that list. Jesus Christ.
I have to add a new name to that. Is it Roxy?
Roxy, the parakeet?
The bird, yeah. I think
that's Roxy.
Roxy is the new name.
Well, let's thank you, channel members. Roxy, David Allen Wright, Mike Neese, Keenan Neighbors, Paul Martin Woods, Mr. Mick, Bubbly Dukakis, or Bubbly Dukakis?
It's Bubby.
Dukakis.
Bubby Dukakis.
Dukakis. Yeah, Bubbly Dukakis. Small Mouth Guy. Lawrence Christensen. Symmetry. Majestic PB&J Cat. Warlag. Sherman Callahan. James 5150. James Gum. Wayno. Thomas Santiago. Vinyl Freak 5150. Dan Halen. James G. Music Therapy Laz. Andy Carson. Rick Green. The Chad. Christopher Live Sawa. All Dave. All Night. Murphy, Steve Barton, Fernando Riley, Laguna Palms, Rosie Palms, Harry Palms, Lubed Up Palms, Finger in the Ass, Robot Master Switch, R2R3 Locking Nut, 6 Chicks 71, Dicks with Chicks 71, John Morana, Hillary Lewis, Jeff T, 5150 TV, Kurt 5150, KXM Rock, R. Habs, Stephen Franklin, Carol Hatcher, Sean Shreds, Margaret Scranton, Michael the Captain Smith in the chat, Jesus Rapes Me, Nicole Mrazek, Brian Spalding, False Flag, Ghost BC Rich, Hugh Caldwell, Jim Nicholas, Mr. BHB Jr., that's Bruce, Thomas Santiago, Bozique, shout out and get better to Linny Lou, and of course my little geriatric sex kitten Mary, and Steve Carmichael. Johnny?
Just want to say something quickly.
You're on the air.
Who is this?
I'm on the air.
You're on the air.
Hey, John, how you going? Guys, great show. And I just want to say that apparently, because I'm calling from a bunker in Ukraine, so apparently Putin is going to spare us all because we love guitars and metal. Because he's a big metal fan, apparently.
Oh, good.
That's good news.
That's very good news, man.
Good news, isn't it? Everyone
very good news. Yes. Very good news.
All right, Johnny, that's basically all I wanted to say. So take care of yourselves and have fun.
Thanks, you, man.
Rock on.
See ya.
Yeah,
See you
my friend, another Michael Smith, who's a buddy of mine as well. He's from the Ukraine. So he's got family there and stuff. That's crazy.
You know 2 Michael Smiths?
I do. Crazy that a complicated name like Michael Smith is, you know. It's like
weird.
It's like, how crazy is it that I know 2 Rob Johnsons as well?
I actually knew a John Beane.
A John Beane. I don't.
Yeah.
You're the only Beane I know, other than Flick the Bean, which I love to do.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, shout out to my beloved Mama Kuda. And thank you for Keith Campbell. Apparently, his cousin is being shipped overseas. Thank you for his service,
Yes. Thank you.
Keith Campbell's cousin. And guys, send a lot of love to Lindy Lou out there. Send love to her, and of course, anyone else you know that's dealing with all the crap from this lovely pandemic. I highly recommend that you make the choice to exercise your freedom to get vaccinated. That's all I'm saying. Hope it saves lives so we can get back to live music. There you go.
Yes.
And of course, thank you everybody in the chat. We love you. We appreciate you. We love and appreciate our audience. We know you have a lot of places you can go right now, and you choose to be here with us talking about metal. So we really appreciate that. We appreciate you. And we want you all to be safe out there and be nice to each other, okay? Until we see him next week, right, Johnny?
That's right.
That's
That's
right.
right. You guys are all awesome.
Yeah.
And don't forget, tomorrow you get 2 shows from Johnny Bean TV.
Nice. What are they?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Oh, Johnny, let me plug real quick. I'll be appearing outside Lindy Lynch's bedroom window tonight in 2 hours. It's a quick show. I'm just there for a quick show, but just letting you know where I'm appearing next.
Oh my gosh!
But go ahead, Johnny. You go with what you were saying.
Well, after that, on Twitch, Talkin' Van Halen on Twitch. Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Bonus Van Halen content. So I do 2 Van Halen shows now. I do one on Wednesdays on Twitch, one on Fridays here on YouTube. By the way, giving away an Eddie Van Halen Funko Pop this Friday. Got to be in the chat to win. Means you have to be subscribed to the channel.
Nice.
And also this Wednesday, let me just erase this. This Wednesday,
your browser's link.
Yeah, this. Oh man, where is it?
Your penis.
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
hopefully everyone right now is busy leaving a thumbs up on the video while they're waiting for that.
Oh, here it is. I had to re-upload it. There we go. So here on YouTube, it's Metal Wednesday tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. So you can actually watch both shows. You can watch this at 8 o'clock Eastern on Twitch.
Tomorrow's Metal Wednesday already?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it's that close to the end of the month. It is the last Wednesday at the end of the month.
Yeah. Yeah, so come on over to Twitch, 8 p.m. Eastern, and
that's 9... what? That's Jay and Boner Jams, right?
Jay and Boner Jams, yes.
Yeah, that's a good show.
They have a great time.
Sure.
And speaking
Show
of
up
Jay,
so you'll have a great time with them.
Speaking of Jay and Kurt, they couldn't believe our album cover.
Oh, that's awesome, by the way.
From Saturday night. Look what the Ned dragged in.
Nice. That's who did that? Cobra Kai?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Cobra Kai is the most brilliant member of our audience, always.
Do you know who those? Can you read? Do you know who those people are?
Does it say, or you just want me to look at the faces?
Look at the faces.
Let's see. You're the top left, right?
No.
That's not you?
Nope.
That's Caleb on the bottom left.
Nope. The top left didn't even know that was him.
That's not Caleb on the bottom left?
Nope.
Okay, that's Jay on the bottom right.
Yes. Everybody's favorite.
Yeah. Are you on the top right, Johnny?
Nope.
Are you on the bottom left?
Yep.
That's you?
That's me.
Okay, so top left. That's Michael the Captain Smith.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
He didn't even know that was him.
Nice.
He was getting excited, and we had to say, "Well, that's you," and he. It was kind of weird.
I'm getting excited right now. I'm gonna download that photo and post it over my bed. See which of those faces I can hit with a load of jizz.
Oh gosh!
Wow, that's he used that change you into a woman app, right?
I have no idea what he did.
I'll tell you what, you're all very hot and fuckable now.
Well, thank you, I guess.
Very nice. Very nice. Anyway, join him tomorrow for Metal Wednesday. That's going to be a good show. It's always a good show.
Yeah.
Jay and Boner hold a nice audience. Good times.
Yep.
And then where are you going now, Johnny? You going to go play Twitch now?
Not right now. I'm going to have dinner.
I'm going to have dinner too.
I'm going to have dinner and then I'll be live on Twitch with Symmetry, with Robot Master Switch, with Zach is over there. Laz actually was over there the other day with us. There's a Laz now.
Music Therapy Laz.
PB&J Cat is over there now.
Got some of our cool members.
We actually have like a whole crew over there, and we do heists, and it's a lot of fun.
Let's see. Keith Campbell says,
Right?
John, who would you have to? Who would I have to?
That was the whole deal about this. It's who would you rather? You know, who would you?
Oh, who would I fuck in this photo?
Yeah.
Oh boy. You're all cuties, but I got to give it to Jay. I got it, and I mean give it to Jay.
Jay was everybody's favorite.
Yeah. Jay's the belle of the ball sack right now. The darling of Cell Block D in that getup. And the Music Therapy Last says posting on my ceiling is what everyone thought I would do. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm sorry, Jay. I love you, brother, but now if you look like that, I'll really love you. Jeannie better lock the door.
Wow. Oh, Jay's
Nice.
here. Ah, there he is.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god, look what Ned dragged in. That's a winner.
Yeah. Awesome.
Nice. All right. Love you, everybody. Rock on. Johnny Beane TV, Talking Guitars and 80's Metal Live. Leave a thumbs up. Be safe out there.
Yes. Lock your doors quick.
Yeah. I got my guard rhino to keep me safe.
All right. See you guys tomorrow or tonight.
Have a good one, everybody. Have a good
Bye.
one. Love you, everybody. Bye.
Hey, Gargut. Garguts, come over to the Discord later, man.
Disappointing episode.
Another disappointing episode that's humiliated our family. Oh, no.
Man. Yeah, Garguts, come on over later, dude. Garguts is a lot of fun over there. He's awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Hit the rerun, Laz.
Good night,
Love you all.
everybody.
Good night.